What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy, and we are live. So, today, overdoses or violent crime have claimed Mac Miller, Juice World, and Nipsey Hussle. It's not a fairy tale, it's a lifestyle. Should the business of hip hop be more protective of its rap stars that are up and coming? Well, we're going to talk about it. Stick around. Welcome to CrossFaded, big baby.
Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they paid it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Crossfaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Andouille and Mason. Crossfaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be crossfaded, 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 Well, you ready? Let's start the show. Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded,
Crossfaded, and we are live.
crossfaded.
So, we got a couple of things today that we're going to be talking about, but mainly what we're talking about is how modern hip hop has turned into such a war zone. People dying left and right in the game. And amongst uh, the modern artists, we're going to be talking about an artist that is close to home that we talked about last episode. And this particular artist uh, is from Mississippi. His name is Tmoney, and uh, has become to uh, athletes of being an up and coming hip hop artist. So, uh, yeah, man, it's a dirty job, and he's been the one to do it. So, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share on YouTube. Memphis Records is the page and the name. So, we appreciate everyone that's tuning in and everyone that's again today. It's a war zone. Why? It's a generation of hip hop artists dying so young. So, what is we got a little breaking news today, guys. So, uh, one of my favorite hip hop artists has been caught up in a situation all too familiar, and it's unfortunate. Hip hop legend Michael Tyler, aka Mystical, man, is in a jam again, and this time, I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. You get caught up in uh, rape and false imprisonment uh, twice. I guess his last time was 2017 when he was caught up in rape and false imprisonment. So, and here we go again. The man right here. Uh, New Orleans based rapper Mystical has been arrested in Louisiana on multiple charges, including rape and false imprisonment. Uh, that's the Parish Sheriff's Office out there in Louisiana. According to the release, the arrest stems from an incident that allegedly occurred just before midnight on July 30th in Parish, Louisiana. This is per the sheriff, Bobby Weebrey, I believe. Um, Deputies responded to a local hospital regarding a reported sexual assault. After interviewing the unidentified victim, authorities identified Michael Tyler as the suspect. Shortly, Tyler was arrested and booked at the parish jail on charges of first degree rape, simple robbery, domestic abuse, battery, strangulation, false imprisonment, and simple criminal damage to property. Although the release didn't share any additional details about the case, it confirmed that Michael Tyler's case remains an ongoing investigation. Excuse me. The release was accompanied by a standard booking shot of Tyler. In the statement, all persons are presumed innocent until proven guilty. We know how that goes in this country. So, um, hate to see it. Mystical once again jammed up on rape accusations. Like I said last time, I believe it was like 2017, 2016 season, where he was facing similar charges. I believe he done like a 5 do 3 or something like that. He did 2 or 3 years. The article doesn't state that, but I'm just going off of memory. Um, and here we go again. I don't know. What do you say? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Michael Jackson. First time around, you like, no, that ain't Michael. Michael didn't do that. And then here comes another kid, and you like, man, they don't sound like Michael. And then you sound on the ropes, and you know, and then again, you like, man, Michael. So um, I don't know, man. I hope that it isn't what it is. I hope that um, he didn't make this mistake. Uh, man, I hope. What can I say? It's just terrible. Shame on me. What is it? What is it? Shame on you once, shame on me twice. I don't know. Can't get caught up doing the same thing, whether it was an accident or not. I'm just one to, you know, learn vicariously. And if I didn't learn vicariously, it's going to take me one time to get the lesson down pat. So hope he didn't do it. Hope it doesn't turn into an R. Kelly thing. Mystical, calm down. You know. Um. So yeah, man. But that's what's going on with some breaking news today. So, um, my next order of business, I want to introduce to you guys a new segment that we have on our show. And if you don't know, I am a big fan um, of the Breakfast Club. So I see so much goofiness in society. It was my ambition to come up with a new segment of the show, and I'm going to call it You Big Dummy. Okay. Coined after my man, Fred Sanford. And today's Big Dummy goes to a police officer out in Cincinnati. Yeah. A young lady who explodes in her police car while she's policing a high school. She gets upset about a black teenager who gives her a middle finger, and she completely loses her stuff. And she's in the car and she's like, "Oh, I hate niggers." and these little black kids are outside like, yeah, and she's like, niggers. And but the big dummy police officer forgot that you're being recorded. You're on camera. Watch it for yourself.
You gotta move. Ridiculous.
This profanity-laced rant sent veteran Cincinnati police officer Rose Valentino to desk duty. On April 5th, she was pulling into the District 3 station to fill out a report when she noticed vehicles lined on the street to pick up students from school. She activated her lights and quickly became angry when they didn't move.
Is she gonna just sit there?
Body and dash camera video just released by CPD shows what happened next.
Dumb. Oh, I hate him so much. God, I hate this world.
After rolling up her cruiser's window, she uses the N-word.
Hate him.
Valentino told investigators a black student gave her the finger, which led to her outburst. She was one of 4 officers profiled by WNWT and featured in a nationally televised reality show in 2011, Police Women of Cincinnati.
Never a dull moment. You go into every situation as if it's the first time, you've dealt with that sort of thing.
In Valentino's most recent performance review, dated after the rant, she was complimented as a hard worker who uses good judgment. A supervisor recommended she study for the promotion exam. In January 2019, this official reprimand says Valentino showed body cam footage from a homicide at the Glenway Pony Keg to family members while having dinner at the casino. In March 2020, she was arrested off duty. Her sister and brother-in-law accused her of pushing and hitting them with a closed fist and using an umbrella to repeatedly strike a vehicle. She pled guilty to disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and was ordered to attend an anger management assessment. 2 years later, she admitted she did not have control of her emotions here.
I hate it.
Valentino told internal investigations, "This is a hard job, and I was getting to a point where I was really being affected by it. I've been on for 14 years.
You big dummy, you big dummy, you big dummy, you big dummy, you.
I feel personally that it's not enough that she's going to be banned to a desk. I feel like she should not have her job. Um, I did not take the time to do the investigations to figure out the phone number to the Cincinnati Police Department, but I will be finding that on my own, and I will be calling in and just letting them know, uh, you guys need to fire this person. This person has had outbursts previously. This person has a record, police record, has a medical record of some kind, a mental, record. She's hating the world in her car right now. She's hating blacks in her car right now, kids, and she's totally beside herself. Um, the funny part about this is folks like this, they continue to get more and more chances. They continue to have the upper hand. Some of them lose jobs, but usually it takes for them to all out shoot somebody before they lose their job. So, but she's been given a desk job and put behind a desk. I say take her shield. She's not fit to be a cop. Why is it that so many cops have so many issues? Like, I'm just confused. What is it about the test? Like, what the hell? What are y'all? What are the requirements? Like, do you guys look for people who were disenfranchised in high school and they were I don't know, punked or bullied or went through a I don't know. What are you testing for? It's like these cops are, you know, they're so unfit. Alcoholics, uh, they're brutes, they're racist. Uh, got to chime in from somebody, Patton Dream Chasing. Fire that bitch. I agree. Thank you, Patton Dream Chasing, for tuning in and for your commentary. Yes, please fire the dummy. Why? Does she still have a job?
Big dummy. You big dummy.
You big dummy. Why are you here? Why? Yes, boo her. Boo her significantly. So that is our new segment. The big dummy segment. And the big dummy segment of the day goes to this young lady who was throwing a racist tantrum in her squad car, thinking that she was by herself when she was really with her family. Boo her, please.
You
Fred,
big dummy. You big dummy. You
big
big
dummy.
dummy.
You want it, eat it. So, and I'm going to keep bringing you more incidents like this uh, of big dummies all across the country that have done big dumb stuff. And some of them hopefully will not make it through the cracks, but this one did, apparently. So, man, crazy, ain't it? Yeah, what can I say? All right. Well, stick around. I'm going to be bringing you the definition of the day. But first, I want to introduce to you one of our new sponsors. Yes, our new sponsor. And our new sponsor is a local shoe store, shoe boutique, who we've partnered with by the name of Kick Casserole. Kick Casserole specializes in a lot of dope kicks. I got a couple of kicks here, for example. I'll pull out on camera in a little bit, but Kicks Casserole has all of the dope stuff that you could imagine, from Jordans to Yeezys to um, oh my God, just all kind of stuff. All right. So check out a word from our new sponsor, Kicks Casserole, and we'll be back in a moment.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe, freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole.
Sorry about that. That's yours truly on that theme song right there. Gave those dudes that theme song. Really enjoyed doing that theme song. Kicks Casserole. You can find them on Instagram at Kicks Casserole is the name of the page. Reach out to them in the messages, and the gentleman who runs the store will be in touch with you. Their phone number is located on the page as well, and they will be able to help you with any of your shoe needs. I'm gonna go get here in a minute when we come back a couple of pairs that they left me with that they have for sale, and you can reach out to them to grab. But the definition of the day today is masters. So I know you've heard me talk a lot about masters on this show. We actually have a couple of videos about masters. Um, we got the Sir Mix-a-Lot video about masters. Um, we got a couple of videos from um, Steve Stout. I think one video from Steve Stout and a couple of a couple because he speaks about masters by himself, masters with another hip hop artist. My guy, I can't think of his name right now, but we got a few videos about masters. So check out our catalog on Omega Classic Records on the YouTube page to learn more about masters and about how masters are utilized in the music business. So, what are masters? So, I'm going to give you the business glossary term. Masters is a term used by a record label to refer to a sound recording fixed in tangible form and from which all subsequent copies of the sound recording are made. So, you go into the studio, you record that song. That song then is engineered by an engineer. It's mixed, it's mastered. Then they make copies, whether it's digital copies, hard copies by way of CD records, which are vinyl, which are coming back. Those copies are made from that original copy that you recorded that got mixed and mastered down. So you don't have the ability to make those other copies legally unless you have the original copy that was done in studio, of which the duplicated copies came from. Your masters. Masters have long been and still are the lifeblood of record labels. This is why when you sign a contract with them and they give you an advance, they hold the masters, sometimes forever, sometimes for 25, 50 years. I've heard some people say, oh, they're only going to keep them for 7 years. Shut the fuck up. That isn't how it goes. It depends in the contract. I'm so tired of people saying that because it's such a misinformation. You know, when you look and you see people like Miles Davis, who's one of the greatest blues musicians of all times, and he still doesn't own his masters. His masters are like owned by Columbia Records, if I'm not mistaken. Put it in the comments if I'm wrong about that, but I think that's so. I did a video on that, and the gentleman who's retired from Columbia now at the time was working for Columbia, and he was a upper executive, and he was like scrolling through some records at the record store and with such glee and enjoyment, because he was thumbing through a catalog of the company of which he worked for, and he was like, "This is how they pay my salary." And he's thumbing through, and Miles Davis and other musicians, and he's just so excited, and it was sickening, you know. So yeah, shut up, man. You don't. Where did you get that? I always ask people when they say that. You get your master's in 7 years. Oh, and then it turns into. I've heard everything. It turns into what is it? What is it? When it's just legal information. I forgot whatever they call it. It turns into public domain. Shut up, man. Hush the F up. It's not how it goes. How it goes is on a case by case basis. It depends on what you negotiated with the company that you negotiated with and what the terms are. So that leaves every artist to be different, every artist situation to be with other circumstances outside of what you know. All right. So your masters are very important in music. Keep them. Do not relinquish them. Do as much as you can to reserve them for your family, to reserve them for your future. Yeah, it's the most important part of the business when it comes. It's the currency, basically. It's what makes you the money. Because years down the road, um, who knows? Kraft could come along with a new cheese, and they're like, "Hey, we want your song, the song you made, the song about getting a lot of cheese." And then, next thing you know, your song about stacking cheese is in a Kraft commercial, and little white kids is in there bobbing to your song. So your masters, man, it's your lifeblood. It's absolutely what will survive you. And look at today. Look at how a lot of artists are selling their masters at the ends of their careers. They've gotten astronomical fame. Some of these guys that are selling their masters now, they've done tremendous numbers, and now they're turning around and selling their masters. People like Lil Wayne sold his masters for like 100 million. Irv Gotti, we've done a video on that recently. He sells his masters, which include, excuse me, Murder Inc.'s top artist at the time, Ashanti, Ja Rule, and ain't no telling who else on the label. He turns around and sells the masters for a $200 million deal. Was it? 100 million was in credit for him to do a TV show and some other TV ventures, of which he owns all of the creative output of, and then the other 100 million was for the masters itself. So yeah, tons of artists have done it, and done it recently, and it's because they've made you know millions of dollars off their masters inside of a 10, 20, 30 year period of time, and now they're selling them outright and getting ready to retire. So if you're going to sell your masters, then make sure that they put the right price point on it. Make sure that you're not getting gypped or ripped off. Sell them down the line, 200, 300, 400 million. It's very possible one song could make your masters valuable. One song, and somebody could want your whole catalog. If nothing else, the masters for that song. So, masters. Um, we're gonna go over to the comments. CWK has chimed in. What's up, CWK? Omega, you're the truth. I love you. Much love to you, man. Love you to death, brother. I know a certain label that owns your masters, even when you leave the label. That way, you can't re-release anything. Ooh, you can't re-release anything you did with that label. It's so sad and pathetic. Wow. Uh, Ill Will Hayes, that's securing their legacy. You are correct. Both of y'all are correct. So, I don't know about the label you're talking about, Chris, but it is pathetic, is what I'm speaking to as being correct. And yeah, that's sad. Most labels use that tactic. It's a tactic where you know, they want to bind you in. This is how the labels make their money. The labels will essentially take about, you know, we'll say in a year, you can say they'll go and shop about 20, 30 acts. Okay. So they'll go get these 20, 30 acts. They know 90% of them are not going to make it, but yet and still, they'll go ahead and put the bet on all of them. They'll give all of them a $100,000 advance or whatever in terms of their circumstances. So, oh, you want to do a single? Well, here's an advance for a single. 50,000, 40,000. Oh, we're going to do an album or two albums. Oh, then you start getting into the 200,000, 250,000, 150,000, whatever. You know what I mean? The labels will give you that up front. They now have the masters in whatever terms that you've agreed to with them, and then you go to work, and hopefully you go platinum. And if you don't, then guess what? The other 29 artists that they signed that year, they're gonna get one of them to go platinum, and that one is gonna foot the bill for the majority of the ones that they signed, if not all of them. That's how that works. The labels work on a total crapshoot kind of situation where it's all about numbers. That's why they don't care about your art. they're usually working numbers and algorithms, and we're going to sign 29 artists. And if we get one of them to do gold, one of them to do platinum, we footed the bill for everything else, for all of the other ones in the equation. And then guess what? Those other ones in the equation that we signed that didn't make anything or they never came out, we're going to keep their masters anyway and shelve them. And that way they can't go anywhere and do anything else, at least with this album. In some cases, they even keep your name. Look up 2 Chainz as an example of that. 2 Chainz, formerly Titty Boy, had to change his name to 2 Chainz because when he left, he had to leave the name behind as well. So that's why you got Titty Boy transforming into 2 Chainz. So, yeah, man. Masters is everything. Masters is your life. Your as a musician, it's what you're in the game that's going to survive you. It's what you're in the game providing that survives you. It's your thumbprint. It's your currency. So remember that. All right. And with that being said, man, why are today's rappers dying so young? I don't know. If you have an idea, put it in the comments. Let me know, because a lot of us are confused. All right. We'll be back. I'm going to give you a message from one of our new sponsors, CWK Promotions. We'll be right back. Rappers, producers, hip-hop entertainers, hit up CWK Promotions for any of your management needs. Promotions, booking, studio sessions, feature help, models for your music videos, and much more. Hit up Chris Kleiss with CWK Promotions. Booking from 15 to 30% cheaper. Models, $50 to $500 for your videos. Promotions of any kind. Studio sessions ranging from $35 to $175. And features from $10,000 to $250K. Hit up CWK Promotions now. Yo, 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 yo. That is our new sponsor right there, CWK Promotions. I hope that you enjoyed that. I enjoyed that. Big shout out to CWK. I appreciate that, brother. Much love to that, brother. To the comments, Ill Will Hayes, because they taking money off top. I believe that, Will. I do. That's securing their legacy, the Masters. Yeah. Do you want me to name drop them, says CWK? Please do. Name drop them so we can know the label that's one of the labels, at least, that's out there robbing people. Ill Will Hayes, definitely. CWK, this label I'm talking about also owns your name, like you just talked about. Yes, name drop them. Young rappers are dying for the business. Will, you make a hell of a point. CWK, oh shit, thanks a ton, my brother. It's CWK, that's my man out of Denver. That's my right hand man. Give him an applause. CWK, man, that's for you. We're gonna be running that commercial frequently. We had that put together here over the course of the last week, so we're gonna be running that commercial frequently. We're gonna be letting people know about CWK and how they can get in touch with him for whatever their needs are dealing with music. If you need booking, if you need models for your videos, if you need any kind of services while you're in the Denver territory, any kind of chaperone services or whatnot, they do it all. So also they have verses from different artists. They broker verse sales and deals. Get with CWK Promotions. They got you. So yes. Strange Music, CWK says, is the label he was speaking of that relinquishes you and keeps your name and your masters. Strange Music. Wow. Strange Music. If you don't know about the Strange Music Empire, that is Tech Nine and Travis O'Gwen. Off the top of my head, I believe his last name is O'Gwen. Travis O'Gwen was formerly um, a furniture manufacturer. He's a guy that was well to do, and he was making furniture. And he decided he wanted to get into the music business, and found a rapper to partner with, which was Tech Nine. They partnered together and created the Strange Music brand. Strange Music is now um, one of the most lucrative independent record labels in the game, priding themselves on mass production of their merchandise line. Their merchandise line is the lifeblood of their business. All right. Tech Nine has a monstrous cult following, but the merchandise, if not the most essential component to their business. So sucks to hear that they're responsible for keeping artists and their masters and their names hostage. That's so unfortunate to hear. But guess what? I'm not surprised. That's how it goes. Independence. So that's the way. If you can stomach it, if you can be independent, if you're not ready to put hundreds of hours into your craft and into your business, then independence isn't for you. Take yourself to a label, let them own you, they'll farm you out. Basically, treat you like a good piece of cattle. You know what I'm saying? They won't burn a brand on the back of your ass, but they'll, you know, put a brand all over everything else you do. And they'll own some of your shows. They'll own a piece of everything you do. You'll wake up in the morning and take a breath. They're gonna take a piece of that breath, everything. So, um, but yeah, guess what? It's time for sports, and I got my man, the one and only Jerome Murphy, coming out of New York.
What's going on, sports fan?
Yeah,
Everybody and everything.
Sir. So, what's happening in the sports world?
Well, we were all waiting for the verdict for Mr. Deshaun Watson, the guy from Cleveland. They finally handed down the verdict and stuff. They're going to only suspend him for 6 games, believe it or not. Out of all the things, all the women he supposedly abused, and all the things, working around with the towel and all the massages and things, they're only going to give him 6 games. And this was an independent judge that gave this to him. The NFL has a chance to appeal it. They wanted him to go for the whole year. But it goes to show you, as long as you got the talent, as long as you can play in the National Football League, they will forgive all your transgressions. You could, then again, we've known the NFL's known to hire a lot of people, a lot of like the guy from Boston. They've been hired murderers, ex-gay members, but they keep them on the field because they can play. They can play, they're making that money. It's all about the bottom line. And then, as long as you have talent in the football league, you can do stuff like this guy did, which is that he's accused of going to massages, for those who don't know, and forcing the masseurs to touch him in certain areas where, and he's been doing it. They said he's gotten like 60-something massages in an 8-month period,
Yeah.
But he's not the only one that's done it. Bob Kraft, who was a guy who owns the New England Patriots, old guy, 80 years old. He went to a rugged tug, as they call it, in Florida. He got caught.
What are they called?
A rub and tug.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
But these people, these are immigrants that come over, and they're thinking they're doing proper masseurs, but they know they wind up in sex shops and they're rubbing and tugging, and a lot of them get caught doing that, and he got caught. But it's funny to say, because he's the owner, stuff got swept under the carpet. You never heard him get prosecuted. You never heard of anything like that. And then also we got Daniel Snyder. He's the guy formerly of the Redskins, the Washington Redskins, which is now the Washington Commanders now, I think he is.
Okay.
They've been trying to get him to testify in Congress for a while. He's on his yacht in the south of France, folding it in. He's not trying to set foot on American soil. Yeah. But they're trying to get his team away from him. There's just a lot of sex, a lot of conspiracies. Even, God forbid, our friend who loves Cowboy fan, old Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones had a daughter that came out of the woodwork, and he messed around with a flight attendant, paid her to be quiet, and they only gave her so much money to educate the child and everything, and took care
Jerry
of her.
Jones from
the
damn.
Cowboys owner. Yeah, this daughter just came out the woodwork, and he paid hush money to her, and then of course it all came out. So the NFL has a lot of things going on, but as long as if you're an owner, you're covered in some ways. If you're a player and you're talented, but you have to be talented, you have to be an elite skilled player or something.
Yeah,
they will sweep a lot of this stuff under the carpet. You know, like I said, this guy did all the stuff he did, and somebody signed him, and he's going to get $230 million. He's one of the top paid quarterback. You know.
and he's a big time pedophile
and a big time sexual deviant. What he is.
Wow,
he's a sexual deviant. He just don't know how to keep it in his pants. And the NFL says if that's your vice, as long as you can play football, you are in. And
wow,
yeah. But that's the major thing. Everybody's waiting for Vegas. As a matter of fact, Vegas had odds on how many games were they going to get. Was it going to be the whole season? Was it going to be 6 to 8 games? And she came out with the verdict yesterday and said he's only getting 6 games. So, and he supposedly paid off everybody else in settled cases. There's still one case left that I think he's got to figure out to pay off. And you know he'll probably be. You'll see him on the field this year playing week 6 in the NFL.
yeah.
And
Wow.
yes. So you know, I mean, it's something to watch, and you know, and this is supposed to be a league that's supposed to be pro woman that cares about women. And,
I was just thinking that.
Yes, and they got Adrian, somebody for beating his wife, and you know, suspended him for that. It's supposed to be for that they have breast cancer awareness and stuff, but the stuff that these guys do behind the scenes and that they cover them for, it's a doggone shame.
Wow.
You know. See, but Roger Goodell, who's the commissioner of the football league, he doesn't work for. He works for the owners. He's the one. He's slated to make their money, and any discipline stuff is supposed to go through him. So we have not heard if he's, if he's going to ask for more games that he has to be off yet, or they're just going to leave it as is. Because the player association said they're not going to fight it, so he's going to definitely have to sit out these 6 games. But it should be more. It really should be more. You know.
Wow.
If you think about your mother or your sister or your cousins and stuff, then you're going to do a regular masseuse job, a regular masseur.
Yeah, man.
And then you got to deal with this, and there's always the money is flowing. They will buy you off. You know, everybody has a price. They say.
Yeah.
And so they'll buy you off and send you on your way. And today, to switch subjects, are we good on time?
Oh yeah.
Well, today is the end of the baseball, the deadline for the baseball draft. A lot of pieces are going to be moving between teams. People have been picking up assets here and there. So they're making a push for the end of the year, which, you know, for the playoffs and the World Series. And, of course, New York is still number 1 and number 2. Give it up for New York.
The Stankies.
The Mets and the Yankees. The Stankies. Number 1 and number 2. So we're going to get better now. They're going to add pieces. And good thing about the Mets owner is he loves the team. He loves the game. He's like, there's George Steinbrenner, and he'll open up his wallet and go out and get anybody he has to make sure that the Mets come through champions. So when chances are we're going to probably see each other. It's going to be another Subway Series between New York, the Bronx, and the Mets. So we need to look out for that. And
Okay.
I wanted to tell people that our football, going back to the football, the owner of the Colts, Mr. Jim Irsay, he likes to collect things. He bought Kurt Cobain's guitar. This is still sports related, but he also acquired the belt from Muhammad Ali.
Oh wow, did he?
He bought it.
How much?
$6.5 million.
Oh my God!
Just to average his collection.
So Muhammad Ali's belt from what fight?
I think it was the
Rumble in the Jungle.
Yeah.
Yes,
he bought the belt.
And you telling me the Rumble in the Jungle belt is here in Indianapolis?
Here in Indianapolis. And his collection.
Yes.
Signed, authenticated, and everything.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
He paid over $40 million for that guitar from Kurt Cobain from I guess it's a guy that's got some money to spend and money to burn, and
Yeah.
you know, he do what he does.
Dang.
Yes.
Dang. Okay. We have a question for you. It's directly to you too.
How do you do it?
Yeah. And this person says, Jerome, how about Russell Wilson showing up in his own throwback uniform? Oh, the Denver Broncos. Also, what about the big ass truck of his?
Yes, the big truck that who was it that showed up in it? I heard about this thing. There was a whole hoop. He showed up in a big old monster truck. Was it? Yeah, that was the quarterback.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
It was the one that's married to
Sierra. Yeah, that's Russell Wilson.
Yeah, it was a whole hoopla. You know, if you went for the show or the flash, that's all well and good. I want to see what you're going to do on the field. I want to see how far you take your team and can you take them to the promised land. You know?
Yeah.
Show up with a big truck, show up on a big bike for all I care. You know.
Yeah.
Who was it? He was trying to look like Nick Nolte. Not Nick Nolte. Yeah, Nick Nolte. He was trying.
Nicholas Cage.
Nicholas Cage.
Yeah, he got out with the he had the beater on in the it's old boy, the quarterback for I seen that on Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, what's the movie? Con Air. He was Nick Cage in Con Air.
The boys coming out with their themes and stuff.
Yeah, I saw him stunting and everything. Yeah, man.
And a lot of good running backs have been signed. There's one guy that I'm bad when it comes to because there's so many of them, but he just signed a contract for $57 million guaranteed. Can't remember his name. You know, that's all well and good. Show us what you're going to do on the field. Show us what you're going to do on the field.
Absolutely.
Yeah. No.
All right. We're gonna take a quick break, real quick, you guys, and just have a word from our sponsor. We'll be back. Rappers, producers, hip-hop entertainers, hit up CWK Promotions for any of your management needs. Promotions, booking, studio sessions, feature help, models for your music videos, and much more. Hit up Chris Kleiss with CWK Promotions. Booking from 15 to 30% cheaper. Models, $50 to $500 for your videos. Promotions of any kind. Studio sessions ranging from $35 to $175. And features from $10,000 to $250K. Hit up CWK Promotions now.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole.
Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe. Freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole.
Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they paid it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Crossfaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Andouille and Mason. Crossfaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be crossfaded, 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 crossfaded.
Yo, so shout out to our sponsors. Before we finish up the sports section, just want to show you guys an example. Some stuff dropped off from my guy Jay. These are some Jordan 11 dropped off, and these came from Foot Locker, Camp Hill, DC 59, Foot Locker Way, Junction City, Kansas City. So your shoes come in the actual boxes from the actual shipper. And these are a pair of Jordan. Oh, yes, we rained a lot. Whoa! We had a spill. So, but yep, a pair of Jordan 11s right here, patent leathers. They look really nice. Yep, real fine.
What size are those? I might be able to get those.
These are a size 10.
Oh, that's too small.
These are a size
I
10.
need a 16. You got anything? You got that in the size 16, sir?
That's them NBA sizes.
Yeah, I gotta check out with Kid Castro. They probably got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Kid Castro,
I'll be honest, man. Them big dog sizes are so hard to find.
Oh man,
It's ridiculous.
Man.
And
NBA shoes, though.
and yeah, I know. Tell me about it. They don't make nothing but a couple pairs of them. Yeah. All right, and then these really dope kicks right here. This is a size 10. I think he has a couple of pairs of these on deck. This is a size 10 Jordan 6. Jordan 6 right here. So
that's a collector's item right there.
Yep, Kicks Casserole. This is who I'm partnered with. That's me on that Kicks Casserole's theme. That song will be releasing August 30th everywhere. If you like that the Kicks Casserole theme song, dope song. You'll be able to download it and stream it. I think it's a dope song for a commercial, but let's have a couple of pairs of these. So hit up Jay at Kicks Casserole on Instagram. You can also reach out to Kicks Casserole on Facebook, all the same name. Hit them up, and they'll help you out with all of your needs. All right. So, but back to sports. So, one thing that we didn't talk about, and before I bring this up, we do have one more question for you. What's your thoughts on Derek Wolfe signing a one-day contract to retire a Denver Bronco?
Wow. A lot of guys have done that. They figure that's the way for them to go out with the team that they probably started with, or if depending on Derek Wolfe, who I don't know what his credentials are, if he's eligible for the Hall of Fame or not. But I've heard that happening in football and basketball and baseball too. Baseball players do it. They go under a different hat than what they started with. I think it's all just a team of your choosing if you want to retire with us. That's gonna bring you the most acclaim, I guess. For Russell Wilson winding up in Denver, they figure he's going to do some good things, and that's going to take the team over the hump and bring him back to the promised land. So I think that's a good idea. So a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
A lot of people do. And also, speaking of the football, don't forget, I mentioned last time on the last podcast that starting Thursday, the Hall of Fame game starts, and that's the unofficial start to the football season, unofficially, because they at least give you a game, and it's not an exhibition game; it's a real game. Guys are out there to play to win. I mean, just for bragging rights, really. But I mean, it's not like the Pro Bowl, which the people in that game, they're not trying to get hurt; they're just there just for the fun and the fame and the glory.
Yeah.
But this is the Hall of Fame game. This is a statement game, and once this game starts, there's going to be football, like I said, from now till February. So if you are a football fan, it's going to be time to rejoice and good games, bad games, crappy games. I think the Raiders and the Jaguars play Thursday. So
okay.
I think Raiders is Derek Carr, if I'm not mistaken. forget who the Jaguars. Oh, they got the new guy. They gave the keys to see what he could do. First round pick. So it's going to be a learning experience for a lot of them, and they had to step their game up in faster because they play Thursday. So
Okay.
I think we ought to maybe think about having a sports segment the next time. The game you liked, or pick a game, or because it's all about the gambling. I perfectly am not a gambler. I just love love the game. I love watching the game. I like to see what these athletes can do because a lot of these guys, they do stuff that is so amazing and we can't believe we would never see it again. So I'm more of an aficionado that way, just the skill sets and how the game is played. I'm an X and O's guy. I like that from my offense, defense, who got the ball, who's going to win.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down with it.
Thank you.
Yeah. CWK, I need some dope kicks, but not in my budget. Man, we got all kind of kicks, man. All kind of prices in there. I see my guy Jay keeps just a plethora of kicks at all kind of levels, all kind of echelons. So
we call it foot apparel.
Foot apparel.
Yes.
Yeah,
apparel for your feet.
He's got a lot, man. Tell me what your size is, Chris, and I'll get with him and see, what kind of deals he got going on, man. We beat and got you a nice little pair for shoot,
No, Mr. Chris,
next to nothing.
Size 10 feet. You probably got the big boy feet.
Size 10, big boy.
Big boy feet, yeah.
Oh no, I called him middle school feet.
Middle school feet?
Yeah, size 10.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if you ain't 12 and up, yeah, you running with some middle school feet right there,
I'm in the senior class. I'm 16, so
hey.
Yeah, so I'm in this senior class. I got the senior foot.
Oh, shout out to this is not only just a great friend, but also one of the customers of Kicks Casserole, Asher P, AP, super dope barber. You guys need to check AP out. Get at him on his Facebook page or Instagram. Asher P, Asher Parker, or just AP. I'm not quite sure what his name is, but one of the dopest barbers in the city. Shout out, man, and greetings to you, brother. While you're here on the feed, I want to, because AP he's about a size 10. Correct me if I'm wrong, AP. You about a size 10. I just got these in my hands a couple of days ago. I got them for show. I haven't had them to take around anywhere yet, but size 10 Navy Jordan 6. And I think there's a couple pairs of these. I'm not sure what the other size of the other pair is, but we do have 110, and my guy dropped them off on me. So if it's something that you want to see in person, AP, hit me up, let me know, and he'll let me take these and bring them on to you. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, AP is a dope barber. He's a great friend of mine. He's actually my barber as well. And he works out of the I would say that's the west side. His shop is located off of Sherman and 38th Street, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, in Indianapolis, Indiana. Damn, you just said that was middle school size. Hey, my bad, pimp. I don't see you that way, though. Other niggas, oh yeah, it's middle school side, but not AP. Nah, that's my guy, man. I love AP. Shout out to AP. Shout out to his son, Lil AP, who graduated not too long ago. I saw Lil AP in high school. Yeah. Congratulations, Lil AP. Hey, he was looking super dapper. He had the Italians on, the Italian loafers with the
And his dad gave him a fly haircut.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
He was sharp. He was so sharp, he can cut it.
Yeah, his daddy been cutting his hair for years. Yeah, so shout out to Lil AP. Congratulations. And shout out to you too, AP, for being a damn good dad, man. Straight up. So,
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. That's a good brother right there. That's my man, AP. So, but yeah, also, I was talking to you the other day. It's as far as in terms of sports contributions, and you mentioned something to me about a very special individual in sports who passed away on us here recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And we're talking about the
incomparable, the magnanimous Mr. Bill Russell.
Yep.
Bill Russell, if you don't know, he was a Celtic, a Cleveland Celtic. This guy, he did it all. He was the first black coach. So he was kind of going through the same things that Jackie Robinson went through, talking about breaking the color barrier. He broke the color coach barrier, where he's won 12 titles, they said, as a player and a coach combined. So he's got more rings than Jordan. He's got more rings than Kobe, and as a player and a coach, and he's had to fight adversity, racism, and Boston, which is supposed to be a little bit more enlightened than a lot of other places, but racism is racism wherever you go. But this guy, he climbed the mountain and went to a lot of insurmountable odds, and got rounded up on top, died at the age of 88 in his sleep, they said. And if you're gonna go, that's the best way to go. Peace calmly in your sleep,
Yeah, man.
And the tributes have been pouring in from all over the country and all over the world. He was one of a kind. I think he was on the Olympic team, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
or he coached it, one or two. A class act, and made it work. Elevated himself and elevated our people, or people in general. Because yes, we can. Not only can we play, but we can also coach. We can manage a game. We can, we can win championships if we just had a chance. And that's all. That's why he took his chance and ran with it. And with a stoic organization, which is the Boston Celtics, that goes back to you had the Celtics, your Lakers, your Knickerbockers. These are your storied franchises. These are the ones that started from the ABA and the NBA and grow into the NBA, help pave the way for other people.
Yeah. How many rings did Bill have when he in the end?
In the end, they say 12.
Wow.
They say 12.
Wow.
As a player and the coach combined. I don't know how many he was separately, but I know as a player and the coach, he had 12 rings.
12 rings.
12 rings, 12 championships.
My goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unheard of by anybody. You don't hear about that. You don't hear, because they didn't want to give us our due. They didn't want to shine a light on us. Well, he was great, blah blah blah. But it showed the work. The man showed the work. He did the due diligence, and he came through.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably just throw that shade on him because of the time frame of which he came through, and him being that kind of height in the NBA, not being.
He was the old school ball player. He was down with Russell, and he was Wilt.
Wilt, him and Wilt, two of the biggest dudes at the time, and you had an NBA that didn't have blackness like that.
Right.
So it was a lot of white players for one.
Bird.
I don't even think Bird wasn't there yet.
Bird wasn't there yet?
No. Okay. Bill Russell, and that's that generation that's
yes.
Shoot, man, that's like 50s, 60s.
70s,
yeah.
He's having a long career.
So shout out to the late great Bill Russell.
Bill Russell, R.I.P.
Thank you for everything. Rest in peace, brother. Thank you for everything you've given. Trailblazer, indeed. He's definitely the blueprint.
Yes.
So yeah, man. Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, man. Well, and
but we haven't heard from the lovely Shirley Thomas today. She hasn't checked in.
No, she hasn't. No, she hasn't.
On her.
Oh no.
With her baby powder smelling stuff. Hey, baby powder.
Snap.
Hey, Mr. D, had that.
Yeah. Hi, you guys. They ain't checked in yet, but I'm sure they'll be checking in. If not, they'll be
putting the baby powder on now as we speak. The baby powder oil.
Yeah.
She loves her baby powder.
Baby powder.
Yes, sir.
All right, and yeah, man, we are gonna talk about why are today's rappers dying so young. Stick around. We'll be right back in a brief moment. Sit tight. Thought you stopped me?
Chico, you did this one.
6-0, I'm not no towering inferno, but I am invincible, smooth criminal with a microphone. You Pat Mahomes, I'm Tom Brady type, greatness like Messiah type. I am Mike, I'm on my Nas. It's like I break mics in half. At last, a champion you can believe in. I'll be served a mattress you can keep sleeping. And on the weekends, niggas is burning out, chasing clout, spending dollars. I tighten my belt up and straighten my collar. A businessman, I stay prepared for tomorrow and keep a 357 with hollows. Don't beg or borrow. I got my own 8th grade, self-made. When one of my songs get played, I get paid, nigga. Long time coming. Long time. So you thought I had stopped, right? Nigga, we here now. I come home with cold hard cash, count the money, wrap the rubber band round the stacks, lock it up, kick off my shoes and clothes, then I crash, prepare for tomorrow, another day of mathematics, automatics, money tactics, niggas bragging, bitches acting, that's just the life I live. 1 minute you on top of your shit, next minute you got a gun in your ribs, that's how it is. I'm Mega Man, kiss my pinky ring, I'm Naptown's Don, or call me a miraculous phenomenon. I'm grade A, like Ruth Chris Filet Mignon. Every day I slang work from night until the morn. I gotta hustle, I'm neck deep up in the struggle. While you at home with your girlfriend playing snuggle, I'm on the highway playing smuggle in the bubble, making money like the Tuttles, all mind over muscle. Don't get it twisted though, I keep a 9 for a muzzle. I'm always watching, the type of nigga that never trust you. Don't make me touch you, I will bust you. I'm the future nigga, Eon flux you, loaded lux you. You bitch, nigga. Goats, big baby. You talking to the goat.
Yo, yo, that was a new point from yours truly, by the way. Um, you saw that a lot of this stuff about more, more some music, artists that I want to and also from my out uh, you know, do a lot of stuff, so rappers today, my next six rappers today, uh, hustle, yeah, rappers today, cool, rappers, rappers like, all dead for mid 20s guys who who dead overdose, gun violence, it's big, we're desensitized to, because we're, uh, to, uh, uh, black images of, uh, violence, death, every day. So, process of desensitized, black criminality to that, which is, hip hop, Oh wow. Twenty, 20 club. I'm not sure how old he was. I know he hadn't got to 30 yet. I don't think he was 30. If you know how old this husband was at his passing, he went down there to Thomas. Oh yeah, that was yeah. Got a audio for this. Uh, this audio check, guys. We have some audio. Here we go. How we sound? We still sound distorted. CWK, let me know if we sound distorted. I'm watching this. We're not in real time. Take more folks. About 2 seconds. I'll try to see if we can get this audio situated. We'll be right back.
Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they played it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Crossfaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Andrew and Mason. Crossfaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be crossfaded, 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 Well, you ready? Let's start the show.
All right, so hopefully that's doing a little bit better, you guys. Just yeah, give us input. Let us know. We just talked to someone else that told us that the audio never distorted on their end, and we got another person that said audio is still no good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Nothing necessarily happened. Um, I want my money back. All right. Let us know how that sounds. Hopefully. Yo, yo, yep, really bad. Yeah. Hopefully we're okay. There's only so much we can do while we have showtime going on. So
Hopefully the sound is okay. Says it's much better. I don't know what happened. I don't know how, what happened, but good. Thank you for that, CWK.
Thank you.
That's crazy. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that, you guys. So, but like we were saying, all those rappers, and all this posthumous music.
This even goes back to Ron DMC. Didn't he get shot in the studio? That was gunplay, like you said.
Yes. DMC. Yes, he's murdered in studio.
Go.
Dealing with I don't know what he was dealing with, man. It's a couple of things in collusion with drugs, with 50 Cent, with having something to do with it. Because, he signed 50 Cent, and 50 Cent had the Columbia deal with Columbia Records, and 50 Cent got signed for $65,000. And then he had to take $50,000 and pay DMC to get out of the contract. And then he took $10,000 and paid the attorneys that done the negotiation and the brokering of the deal to break him out of the contract.
So he walked out with $5,000.
He walked out with $5,000, and he says he went back to the street to sell cocaine. So a lot of people thought that DMC's murder has something to do with 50. A lot of people thought it has something to do with drug exploits. Yeah, at the end of the day, death in hip hop is something that has been it's synonymous. I mean, hip hop comes from the streets. Yeah. So a lot of guys step into the hip hop realm and they carry with them the stench of the street. It's still with them. I mean, the culture comes from the street. Yeah. So a lot of these guys, for them, the microphone and the street is one and the same. They really can't differentiate, or they really can't put one or the other down. They don't know how to. One of the best lines ever, Jay-Z to Benny Siegel. He says, "Beans, I ain't trying to change you. Just give you some game to make the transition from the street to the fame." You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, it's hard, to try to pinpoint an exact problem or to try to say, what the deficiency is with this. Hip hop is a byproduct of, Black and brown people's struggle. And it was a voice that was designed because before hip hop, you had jazz and you had soul music and our rhythm and blues, and the mothers and fathers of those of that era, that were the mothers and fathers that birthed the generation of hip hop. They were instrument players. They were accustomed to playing pianos and playing guitars, and it was like hand in hand. Like being Black and playing an instrument in those times was like, being Black and playing basketball damn near. And then it came to a point where, instruments was being removed from urban schools. And then that starts the trait of Black and brown people not really being associated with instruments and making music with instruments. And they start using their parents' turntables that are in the house. You can check that out by looking at DJ Kool Herc and his story. If you don't know who Kool Herc is, that's the man who created this craft. 1973, Sedgwick Avenue in New York City. That's the year that this craft was born. All right. So go back and study Kool Herc. But he begins the process of making hip hop by way of turntables that was in his mom and dad's house, and he's tearing up James Brown records. Scratching. Yep. James Brown records were very infamous, and they were the foundation of hip hop because of the break points and the breaks in the music that was utilized, that could be repeated and looped, made such, dope material. So yeah.
And I'm from New York, and I remember when guys like Herc, they were in the park, they used to have battles in the park. People would bring turntables out to the park and mix and rap and the flashiest show. They used to pink slip just like they did with the cars. And when you were good and you had the crowd and you won the throwdown in the park, you got to lose your equipment. They took your equipment right there on site, which worked for a while until guys started getting upset and mad about it. And then the gunplay came in. You know, because you lost, you had a lot of sore losers. They didn't want to lose their equipment in the parks, but if you didn't want to lose it, you should have been in there. You know, there's going to be somebody better than you. Somebody's going to cut the groove better than you. They're going to come up with a more polished production better than you. So you had a 50-50 chance to lose. A lot of them lost, and they had to cut out the battles in the parks because people were getting killed over their equipment and stuff. But if you listen to the song, "The Bronx is the home of hip hop" by Kool Herc, he tells the story how they took it out of the club. And it was how it started in the parks, and then they put it in the club, and they tried to alterate it and try to make it their own. But it belongs to the people in the streets. It belongs to the people, and he expounds upon that and how it began and the trials and tribulations that it went through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that violent ethic has always been there. And I've heard stories. You can hear stories from guys in that era, like Stretch and Bobbito, who was they were very prominent hip hop college radio DJs who broke groups like the Wu-Tang Clan to the masses. They'll tell you about the violent ethic. They'll tell you about Wu-Tang when Wu-Tang came to the building and how them dudes was just shit. I mean, them dudes look like a bunch of hooligans. Like just came to the building, look like they'll kill you in a heartbeat. You know, that's just the essence of hip hop in New York City. Yeah. So the death ethic has been something that's a part of the game. But now where we've gotten is it's kind of put on automated and it's kind of drug driven.
It's senseless.
It's very senseless. It doesn't have, and I'm not excusing any death because all death is tremendously tragic, but it has a vibe now where you dying for nothing versus at least back then it was death by some sort of founded disagreement or some kind of condition that could be deemed honorable to one's hood or to one's background.
Like Nipsey was fighting for the people. He even wrote it. Did he write his own eulogy and stuff? And think that he knew he was going to die because
I don't know about that one. Damn, if he did, that's crazy.
Yes, I think one of the songs mentioned because he was fighting with the city council and trying to get back to the people and stuff. And he was like the modern day Robin Hood. He was more like, he was trying to steal, take from the rich to give back to his people. And, as opposed to property rights and just to try to get his people the break that they deserved, and people didn't like it. That's the rumor. I could be wrong. I like somebody if they know for sure. And if you're picking up this broadcast, let us know. Let us know if that was the thing. Because I know when he passed, it was a major turnout. It was I don't know how many albums he had. I just, as a matter of fact, my man will make one here introduced me to Nipsey. I didn't know anything about him until I heard his stuff. But I said, this is a political brother. He's out for doing good. He was out to try to help his people. If I'm wrong, I would like to be corrected. I don't mind, but I think he was a force of good.
Yeah. One of the rare deaths. Like the format, the style of how he died. I feel like Nipsey died for something.
Yeah.
A lot of these rappers like Juice WRLD, dying because he was getting ready to get off of a plane and realized that it was a customs check-in and there were dogs at the check-in. So he just gulps down a big batch of pills and dies right there, clinically in the airport. Senseless deaths, like, deaths for nothing. Looks like, Jay the Youngin, 24 years old, shot and killed July 27th, 2020. So that's a new death. That's CWK telling us that Jay the Youngin. And also shout out to Adrian Williams and the Williams family. Hey dog, we got you right this time. We got a nice a nice tribute to Tmoney. Tmoney is a Memphis, Tennessee rapper who was murdered just on the 23rd. Is it? He shot his last video on the 23rd and was murdered in a span of 5 to 8 hours later on the 24th. His name is Timothy Pinkins, aka Tmoney, out of Memphis, Tennessee. We got a tribute for that young brother. 24th, Adrian Williams says. So yeah, I'm gonna look up Jada Youngin. I don't know why he was murdered.
How old was Tmoney? Under 20 club, above 20 club?
Tmoney, Adrian, let me know how old Tmoney was. I believe Adrian said that because we talking about the 20s time frame. I believe Tmoney is in his was in his early to mid 20s. Adrian, chime in and let me know how old Tmoney was. Lil Key died. Tmoney was 28.
Oh wow.
28 years old.
Wow, so he was a bit old, but
Yep.
Didn't make it a 30.
Still.
Didn't make it a 30.
Still. Lil Key died 5/13/22 from organ failure. Wow. I think I heard about that little guy. And that's sad. You know, I hope his organ failure wasn't due to drug usage, but I've seen where some of these guys have they tore their body up. Yeah, Melissa Thomas says so senseless. Yes, it is. Yes. It is indeed very senseless.
They're robbing us of their art. They're robbing us of the culture.
Yeah. And you know the thing that I'll say about it, that my perspective on why they're dying so young, everything to me has more of a microwaved kind of fashion. You know, everything is quick, fast. The fame is quick and fast. The money is quick and fast. Yes, the women are quick and fast. So are the drugs going to be. Right. Drugs have always been a cornerstone in music, especially when you get into rock and roll and rhythm and blues.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. What's my lady's name? She was a heroin addict. Beautiful voice. They made the Billie Holiday, heroin addict. You know what I mean? So drugs have always existed in the entertainment world and been prominent, but now it's advertised, now it's broadcasted, and now it's synonymous with the culture in a way where it's almost like a rapper's calling card. Like, you know,
if you're gonna be a rapper, you mean you gotta have drugs,
yeah,
you gotta have fast women, you gotta have money, you gotta have bling.
Yeah, it's like a calling card for some of these little guys. You know, you got guys like Future who he'll tell you, I don't use drugs, but every song that I got, I rap about it. Yeah, he's purple this and this and that, and so.
Did you hear about Lil Wayne? He sold a house and they couldn't even sell his house because the house was so inundated with weed. It was in the paneling and stuff. They couldn't even sell the house because the house reeked of weed so bad.
Really?
Yes, I heard just a couple of years ago that there was a house in California that he had with him and his boys up there and smoke weed. It ingratiated itself into the paneling, into the wood. So
wow.
Yes, and them boys smoked their blunts.
Wow.
Wayne was all about the weed and the blood, but they said the weed, it was so ingratiated in the wood of the house that they couldn't even sell it. They had to tear it down.
What?
They had to tear it down.
Had to tear it down?
Yes, because the weed was so, it's like a restaurant. If you cook fried foods all the time and stuff, it's just going to soak into the wood. It's just going to.
I mean, but they had to tear the house down, man.
Tear the house down as a river.
Hey.
Tear the house down. They get the weed smell out. Let's say broke it down and rebuilt it.
They was tripping, whoever them people was. Oh. Listen, Kills Paint is key. It's a huge tool. Kills Paint. I had a house once that I bought that reeked of dog shit.
See?
And Kills Paint got rid of all of the troubles. Yes. Kills Paint and the garage floor where the dog was at. I did the floor with the epoxy. And put a couple layers of that epoxy down, did the job. Lil Keed was 24 years old. Lil
Look at that.
Keed, who died from the organ failure.
Wow.
And they say Shock G was an accidental overdose.
Oh,
I never got to hear why Shock G died. Shock G is the lead singer and slash rapper of the famous group Digital Underground, of which
what?
who started Tupac Shakur's career.
Wow.
Um,
Shock G.
yeah, so that's unfortunate if that happened with Shock G. You know, Shock G's an OG, man, and you know them guys been using drugs for years and they could get away from them.
Yeah.
So a different case, but
Was he original Humpty? No, he wasn't Humpty.
yeah, he's Humpty.
He's Humpty?
Yep, Shock
Ah,
G
Shock
slash
G.
Humpty Hump, same guy.
Wow.
Shock G, the one to
Yeah.
put the satin on your panties. Never knew a hooker that could share me. I get around.
He didn't mind having sex in a Burger King bathroom.
Once had sex in the Burger King bathroom. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey kid, go where you like.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
what you like.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
So but the youngsters, you know, I feel like they hold drug usage at a different level. At a
It was a
you know,
glorified,
it's
right?
glorified.
Yeah, because you're in the business. I mean, I have the right to do drugs.
Yeah.
And much of it.
And I think not only do they feel entitled to the drugs, but I think also social media carries with it such an extensive pressure.
That's stigma, yeah.
It's a pressure for these guys to daily see the stars of my time, which was the 80s and 90s. Those stars, you saw them in their videos, you saw them on television, you saw them in interviews, and then you waited for them to drop an album. Today's stars, you wake up with them in their rooms, in their bedrooms, in their houses. You're living out their day with them. You're on social media with them while they're driving down the street. You're getting to witness them encounter all of these different situations in life. You know, you're living right beside the star today. They have really taken the mystique away from being a star. Mystique was one of the most important things to being a star. It tremendously sold albums, and it made an artist persona something of tremendous value.
But thanks to Instagram and Facebook and stuff, you get to, you know, now like the Wizard of Oz, you get to look behind the curtain.
Look behind the curtain.
Yes.
That's a perfect example. Wizard of Oz. Dorothy gets to the land of Oz, and the wizard is behind this big door with this big what do you call that that it's not a reel, but it's like a it's like a it's projected. It's a projected image. They did it in Star Wars too, where they made Princess Leia like a 3D. Yeah, you know, and the Wizard of Oz is this, and then you open the door and it's this little man, and he's like, "Come on, follow me." You know, that's what social media has done to the star, to the modern star. There was this big door, and then this big, you know, projected image of this star, and then, you know, here came, you know, phones.
You're right, because I grew up with a lot of, and we didn't know much about it. We knew about their music, we knew, you know, but now, like you said, you get up in the morning, you hit a couple of keys, boom, you're in their bedroom with them, you're in the car with them, you know what they're doing every moment. I mean, we didn't have that privilege growing up.
Yeah,
about artists and things, you know, we got what they put out for us, with you know, what was in the liner notes of the albums, what was going on in the show.
Yeah,
you know, now.
Listen, wow. I am one of those artists, and I will be at that level probably within a year. You are not going to live with me like that. We're not having it.
My roommate.
This is the best that you get of me outside of the microphone, and this is a lot. This is conversation. This is intelligence. This is education. This is
giving the people what they want.
Yeah, this is interactions with people's thoughts directly. Yeah, you don't need to see me, you know, going to the bathroom and shit.
Brushing my teeth,
you know,
eating my eggs and grits.
Yeah, man. You're not having it from your guy.
We love you.
Sir.
We love you.
No.
Yours is yours. It was my time. It's my time.
You're not having it from your guy. Yeah. So I'm just telling you right now, fans now of now and potential future fans, this is how I give you that X factor stuff that
context.
that other, you know, level of entertainment. My life is not your entertainment.
Right.
Okay, but this stuff is, and I put a lot of my life in this
Yes,
to
you do. Yes,
give
you
you,
do.
you know, these bits of informative, you know, pieces of information, and with a touch of entertainment. But you don't get to live with me. At best, you'll catch me at fine dining situations and beaches, and you know.
But that's not live. That's just on pictures and stuff, right?
Yeah. Like I just don't do the I don't do that stuff. And
you know, you're not Olivia Jade. Hey, I'm getting up in the morning.
yeah, and they say that you have to be that to be successful. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I feel like you have to be that to be a personality. I feel like you have to be that because of what the non-talents have done to entertainment. Your Paris Hiltons,
yes.
Which
your Olivia Jade, all she does is just try on clothes and makeup and talk about it.
Yeah.
Paid, you know.
Your Kardashians, who are, you know, they're all Paris Hilton and folks from her time birthed the Kardashians, and Nicole Richie and them. They made it to where talentless people could be entertainment, and they could excel by being entertainment, by showing their lives. And you know, Paris Hilton, I remember it was a time her getting out of car, and she was getting out of cars and showing her cooch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was the thing.
Cooch and breast.
Yeah. That was the thing.
Show us what you're working with.
Yeah, paparazzi gathered around to get a snap of her panties and get a snap to see if she's wearing panties or not. Yeah. You know, like, man, all of that is trash. If to be a great musician, in my opinion, and I got this from one of the greatest musicians of all time, Prince. All you need is a stage and a microphone, and make the star stuff come out of yourself. Yeah. That's it.
That goes back to the basic thing. If you build it, they will come. You build a stage, put a microphone, they will come. And
absolutely.
They will come in droves.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree.
Yes.
Adrian Williams says, Jay the Youngin was set up and killed on his front porch. Damn. His father was shot as well. Damn. It's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, you know, just the kind of, I mean,
and this is not even a big deal. I mean, this goes back to Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye's dad shot and killed him.
Yes, yes, but they kept it in a family situation.
It wasn't smeared all over. It was, you know,
it
was released. It was caught in the cycle, and that was that.
Yeah. These guys die, and it's prime news. It's like, you know, fans are waiting to see who dies next, and then when beef transpires online, fans encourage the negative behavior. Oh, what are you gonna do? Such and such said this. He said you was a bitch ass nigga. He said that you ain't real. He said you really didn't sell drugs. What you gonna do? What you gonna say? And then
calling my credit the question.
Yeah, and then when a motherfucker dies, then it's like, oh man, he's dead. Man, we gotta, you know, oh my God, another rapper dead. We gotta go get t-shirts and you know, wear shirts and
balloons and things.
Yep, put them in our videos and you know, man, God rest him, and man, gone so young, man, shut the fuck up, man. Because y'all was out there encouraging the behavior. Y'all was out there inciting the shit. Y'all were online giving likes and loves and sharing the bullshit content that held nothing but animosity and projected ignorance. So you guys are components that fueled it.
Right.
Period. You know, you can't be damning of the final act when you encouraged the final act to be put underway. You know, it just doesn't make any sense.
The wheels in motion.
Yeah. So yeah, man. CWK says Bushwick Bill died from cancer, sadly. Shout out to Bushwick Bill. God bless him. He was one guy that I definitely wanted to meet. No. Bushwick Bill is 1/3 of the Ghetto Boys out of Texas. Yep, the only midget rapper that I know. If there's another midget rapper that you know, please put them in the comments. But the only respected and considered legend and great midget rapper that I know. So, but yeah, man, shout out to Bushwick Bill. Absolutely. Oh snap, we got a phone call coming in. Who we got? We got anybody we're gonna put on the show? I'm just like, yeah, man. So, but yeah, I guess, man, that another thing that I can say about these young guys, I see a lot of them signing these contracts, and they don't have any kind of guidance beside them. They don't have parents beside them. They don't have attorneys beside them. Definitely not. Attorneys cost, parents don't. But they don't have, any kind of, elders guidance while they're going through that situation. And Bushwick Bill is from New York originally. Oh wow, you do mean Bushwick Bill, CWK.
Bushwick, Brooklyn. That's why I asked. Or the name Bushwick. There's only one Bushwick, and that's in Brooklyn.
Let me know if you do mean Bushwick. I think he means Bushwick is from New York originally. I did not know that. Yeah. I did not know that.
Bushwick, come on. Bushwick, Brooklyn.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But
like Brownsville, never ran, never will.
Brownsville, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah. So, the little young guys, they sign these contracts. They don't really know. I seen an interview with Lil Yachty, and Lil Yachty was asked, what kind of contract did you sign? Did you sign a 360 deal? And he was like, oh no, he didn't know. All he know is he
signed his life away. Didn't know what he signed.
Yep. All he knows he signed, and he got
an advance.
Yeah, got an advance. He's got Sprite endorsements. He's got, XYZs, and he don't know. He don't know nothing else.
He's not a student.
Nope. He just simply is an artist that signed away, whatever to go ahead and get into the game. And sure, he's achieved some massive success. Sure, he's gotten to a heck of a level. I mean, but what's the value in it when you don't own anything, when you don't have any kind of
legacy at the end?
You don't get to retain.
You don't get to retain nothing.
Yeah.
All the work and blood and sweat that you put into it, somebody else is taking credit and using it over and over again.
What's the use?
Right. What's the point?
So, yeah. All they see is the upfront money. Yep. That's all they see.
And they don't know. Did you tell me that they have to actually give that money back? They don't even get to keep that. I mean, they spotted it to them, but you my man, now you own a record company.
Yes. That's what an advance is, you guys. I don't have that definition chimed up, but an advance is definitely making a next
word of the day or
definition of the day.
Yes.
An advance is when the record label has given you a portion of funds up front. That could be a portion of an entire amount that they plan to give you over a span or over an amount of promised projects. But nonetheless, it's a loan. It's a bad loan. One of the worst that you can get. You can go to the bank and get a much better loan and finance yourself and just make sure that you have the correct steps and instructions to release your music. But the record label is going to give you this loan back with not only just terrible interest, disgraceful, should be illegal interest, but they're also going to retain ownership of your output.
What's it called?
Of your creative output.
Legal, no, what's it called?
What's that?
The property, what's it called?
Masters.
Yeah, the property.
They're gonna retain it. Your copyrights.
Yes.
They're gonna retain your publishing.
Your name.
And your name in some cases.
Like Prince. I'm going to tell you, we talked about Prince, but he became Prince Roger Nelson, Roger Prince Nelson, then he became Prince, then became the symbol.
Yep.
Then he went back to,
Yep. And he goes, by the way, Prince, he calls himself the symbol during the battle between him and I think it's Warner Music.
Over his master.
Yeah, and he would often perform with the word slave written on the side of his face. That was during the time when we were looking at Prince like he was crazy, but he wasn't. He was completely sane, and he was in a war for his life and in a war for his content, his music that he made himself.
If you want to hear the cut, if you play Jughead for the album Diamonds and Pearls, he played the part where he was talking to his manager. He was saying, why after years and years you should still be getting paid. I was the one that did this. And then he wound up smacking his manager at the end. It was powerful. You can hear that
on the song.
On the song, yes. On the Jughead.
Was it a real? He really smacked. It was like, oh wow.
Yes. He was arguing with this guy. He was like, "I made you. No, I made you. You are the reason. Just because why should you be still getting paid years after the contract?"
And then smack the dude.
Mr. Moneylender.
Hey, Prince didn't play.
He called his man. He called the company Mr. Moneylender is what he called him.
Yeah, Prince didn't play. He didn't play with his music. He was very serious. He was a very serious musician. If you notice, all the shit that when Prince dies and his music takes and it takes a turn advertisement wise.
Yeah, his family started releasing stuff that he didn't.
Yeah, you're seeing Prince in all kind of commercials, Prince music on all kind of platforms. Prince did not want to do releases on digital platforms. No, he did not want to do that. He did not do that while he was alive. No, they had to do it over his dead body, literally.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you remember the little classic broil between him and Mike because they were trying to say who was the best. And,
yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that beef. Nobody died from that beef. Just getting back to the main point. Michael Jackson and Prince.
Prince.
That
was the royal beef because Michael had it. Michael said, I had it. Prince said he wanted it, but Prince didn't really want it. They even had a battle over equipment that Prince took Michael Jackson's equipment and recorded some stuff on it and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they were fighting over equipment, I heard.
Yeah. Adrian Williams says, wow.
But
they're placing insurance policies on these artists. I'm not surprised, Adrian.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
Because, they're not going to make them. They're not going to make the run. They can't make it to the run. If it ain't the alcohol, if it ain't the drugs, if it ain't the violence is going to kill them, it's going to be others. So I might as well insure them and collect the paper at the end.
Yeah.
That's a damn shame.
CWK, look at Lil Pump. He signed, but was able to get out of his contract, luckily, and didn't owe the label, but the label owed him. That's a very interesting deal. All you artists out there, make sure that you go and study the Lil Pump deal. The Lil Pump deal, again, because of what I said earlier about these little guys being underage and then going and signing these contracts. The Lil Pump deal was thrown out between Lil Pump has a deal with this social media marketing company. I forgot their name. And in fact, I just had the man's name on my tongue that had something to do with it. But he has a deal where this social media marketing company gets a hold of him and they help him build his numbers up and work up his social media pages even more. Lil Pump turns his pages into some prime real estate. He goes off and brokers a deal with a major, but he signs this contract as a minor. And when he opts to get out of it, they had no choice. He was signed in a contract where there was an amount of money on the table that he was to keep. So he was able to walk away with that amount of money, and he was able to utilize whatever momentum that came from that signing. And also there's momentum from the whole idea of him signing and getting away with the amount of money that he did against this big major record company that has done it.
Somebody got caught sleeping.
Yeah. So they put in, I'm sure, a bunch of new rules and caveats for artists like him that are underage. Because Lil Pump, I think he gets a hold of a deal somewhere around 17. So and there was I remember when that came out, there was all kind of stuff about him turning down opportunities to go to an Ivy League school so he could go rap, etc. I don't know how true that is, but I remember that was a part of the stuff that was going on in the media about him. It was hype and it was working for him well. So and then he walks away from the contract unscathed with the amount of money to the tune of some millions of dollars. Yeah, man. Yeah, he finessed the system. Yeah. Very, very great point, CWK. Also, look up Frank Ocean, who is not an underage artist, but also finessed the system as well in a wonderful way. So Frank Ocean.
There are some that get away, so some that learn how to do it.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Lil Pump. And we are joined by the presence of a great, great woman, my mom, Miss Cheryl Thomas. She says, "Good afternoon, Omega and Jerome. Hey, so good to see you guys. We love you to pieces. We love you too, Mom."
Where's the baby powder oil at, Bob? Where's the oil at, lady? Are you using some today?
Tell my pa I said, hey. Yeah, I gotta get down there to Florida, man. And I keep hearing stories about my pa being abused, and they never seem to see who the person is that's responsible for the abuse. But I got an idea, and we're gonna have to get down there and do some investigating.
Does this have something to do with the Goodwill store at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. So shout out to my pa. Pa, keep your head up. Yes, don't let them folks in there take you down. Don't let them folks take you down. You're stronger than that. Oh God, I'm gonna get it after that. I love them. She says he says hey, and he loves you too. What? His mom said what?
What about that baby powder oil, Mom? You got any on today?
Lord, she didn't. CWK says hello, Miss Thomas. Good to see you tuned in. I love you, Chris. Thank you, man. That's my boy.
That's Chris Slice.
Yeah, the Slice.
The Slice is in the Heights.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, insurance policies, death by the hands of drugs and violence. The Chicago scene is very, very bad. Little guy out there, Lil Reese, he'd have been shot probably twice. His last shooting, he was shot in the throat.
That'll shut you up.
Yeah. So just we gotta hold on, man. We got a special brother. Yeah. Special brother just tuned in. Mr. Bryant Wright is in the house from M-Town. Yes. Yes. Shout out to B Right. One time, Peanuts. Say what's up to B Right. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's my boy right there.
Don't talk to him. He likes the cowboy.
I'm gonna call you, brother. I'm gonna call you when I get done. Yeah. That's my boy, man.
I can't wait for him to do Pops and Town. I got some coach stuff for him. He's not going. He's got to change team. He won't be a Cowboy fan no more.
Don't do it to him, man. Don't do it to him.
There, Cowboy fan.
Oh God.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, man. Shout out to my boy. Miss Thomas says hello, CWK. Good to see you too. That's awesome. Glad everybody can see each other today, because I know that when some of you guys are on Facebook and then some of you guys are on YouTube, you can't see each other's comments. When I say your comment that such and such said whatever to you, and then you're not able to see it, but you guys can see each other because you're all on YouTube. So that's awesome. So I'll make sure that from here on, I'll just send that YouTube link out. But just know that you can always get on Facebook on on the Omega Classic Records page. There's about 4 pages that you can find the show airing from. And we're airing from also YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as well. So we're airing from about 7 pages right now. So, but just know that you can see each other when you're together on one page.
Nice.
Yeah. Cheryl Thomas says, "Hey nephew, Brian, love you, auntie." Shouting out to B Right. Mom, Adrian's on here too. Just to let you know. And we're getting ready to be giving a tribute to Adrian's son, Tmoney. Tmoney, he is in this particular count of artists that has passed due to violent situations and exchanges. But Tmoney was not one of the artists that was in support of drug usage and drug habits and street life and street things. Yeah, fortunately. So, but yeah, stick around 2 seconds, you guys. We're gonna take a quick short break, and we'll be right back here in a moment. All right. Thank you for watching CrossFaded. I'll be back.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe, freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole.
Nine times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 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 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 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 If I talk that shit, then I walk that shit. If you see me with it, nigga, then I walk that shit. I blow a whole badge and floss my shit and get it all back if I lost that shit. Cause I know how to grind, I know how to get it, I know how to stack, I know how to flip it. Fucking with them niggas, really in them trenches, really getting them busy, you just getting them mentions. Social media gangster, you a catfish, you a wankster. We don't need fuck with your kind. You a joke, you a prankster. Niggas like you ain't doing shit, you just flexed out. Me and my niggas, we just checked up, we just next up. These niggas know what's up. See these niggas in real life, and this shit ain't adding up. 100 racks on blue bands in real time. Niggas, you can add it up. Throw that shit, go and get it back. Just let it stack and it'll keep on adding up. Any fuck niggas keep on acting up, we gon' keep on strapping up. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just running their mouth, I don't even wanna hear. 9 times out of 10, these niggas just talking about shit knowing they ain't even did. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
Yo, that was 9 times out of 10. Deuce Revolver and Deuce McGuire. Check my guys out, man. Deuce Revolver, Deuce McGuire. You can find them on YouTube. You can find them on, I know Deuce McGuire is on TikTok as well as Instagram. 9 times out of 10, that's one of the songs that we're going to be carrying with us that we rotate. I love completely Deuce McGuire. I'm getting to learn Deuce Revolver and his music. Shout out to him. Shout out to both them brothers. The double deuces is what I like to call them, but they call themselves something else, another kind of deuce. You know, but I call them double deuces, deuce and deuce. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, why are rappers dying so young? Yes, PWK. 9 times out of 10 by Deuce Revolver featuring Deuce McGuire. Deuce is Wild is what I think they might call themselves. All right. So, many young rappers have died in the past few years. Mac Miller died in 2018, age 26, consuming cocaine and counterfeit oxycodone containing synthetic opioid fentanyl. Lil Peep died at 21 in 2017, an accidental fentanyl and Xanax overdose. Juice World, we spoke about him earlier, died late last year after a drug-induced seizure aboard a private jet. It's believed he swallowed multiple Percocet pills in an attempt to hide them from a police raid. On New Year's Day, a rare female death, Minnesota rapper Lexi Alaj or Alijai, uh, the victim of yet another accidental fentanyl overdose. Alongside these deaths by misadventure, there are the victims of violent crime. Despite being accused of horrific abuse by an ex partner, XXX Tentacion enjoyed massive popularity. Before being killed in 2018 at the age of 20, he was robbed outside of Florida motorcycle dealership. I remember that story. He was robbed. Um, he went into a dealership and was looking to make a purchase, and some guys seen him. He was driving a BMW i8. I love that car. I've actually worked on one of those cars before with my business. I own a locksmith business or roadside assistance business that does lockouts and locksmithing work. I was one of the only people in town that could open that vehicle besides BMW themselves. And I was the only company that came on site to unlock that vehicle. But he was in that vehicle and he was followed and watched and followed to the dealership, and then he was murdered. This was in Florida. Pittsburgh rapper Jimmy Wapo, touted as the heir of local forebears Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller, was killed in a drive-by shooting. Um, and 2 weeks later, 21-year-old Canadian rapper and Drake tourmate Smoke Dogg was killed outside a Toronto nightclub. 2019, of course, the legendary Nipsey Hussle shot outside of his clothing store, the Marathon store. Many of these rappers engaged with their own uh, mortality in lyrics that talked about death, drugs, and depression. Death is everywhere. In SoundCloud rap, the genre's unofficial logo is a teardrop. Smoke Perp posed in a coffin in the artwork for his mixtape Dead Star. He took a picture in a coffin. Let that soak in. These rappers is taking pictures in coffins. Look, I understand art, and I'm sure that there's been other artists that have done stuff next to coffins. I mean, my goodness, you got Biggie Smalls, Life After Death. What is he next to? One of the funeral cars. What do you call the funeral car that hauls the caskets? He's standing next to one of them, and I think it's a casket in the back. I mean, it was tastefully done though. It was a tasteful theme. Like, this is Biggie. And, the first album, Ready to Die, second album, Life After Death. Yeah, I get it. But I mean, again, I still can't liken that to what these little dudes are doing right now. It's totally different. It has a very obscene nature. Hearse. Thank you, A Dog. A hearse. Biggie Smalls was next to a hearse on the Life After Death album. Totally different taste, in nature of hip hop and just which therefore gives a different meaning, than Smoke Perp laying in a casket, you know. And I know who Smoke Perp is, not a fan. Um, but it's just not appealing thinking of him in a casket. I'm sorry. So, looking at such lyrics, you might reasonably conclude that these rappers wanted to die. But while some of them did experience mental illness and addiction, their death wish was as much of an aesthetic as the pink hair and facial tattoos that they carry. The death wish was a part of their aesthetics. So, why did the nihilistic pose become a self fulfilling prophecy? ending the lives of young people barely out of their teens. And what can be done to arrest it? What do you think could be done? How do you think that this can change with these rappers? How can they stop dying? I think that is indeed $1 million question. So, what's the other guy's named that was gunned down in Atlanta? I'm not sure. Hey, dog, I'm gonna need some more information. Hold on, who you talking about? In Atlanta, was it King Von? King Von is from Chicago. He is a part of the outfit with Little Dirk. Um, I forgot the name of their squad out there. Shout out to Lil Durk too. I really like the voice, aka Lil Durk, and what he's doing for the youngsters. Uh, but I think King Von was in Atlanta when he was shot. I'm about 85% sure. So that could be who A Dog is talking about. But let me know who you talking about. Now he was on the expressway in Atlanta on the expressway. I don't know because a few rappers have been shot on the expressway. Oh yeah, Mo 3. Yeah, Mo 3. Yep. Yeah, he was shot in Atlanta on the expressway. A lot of these rappers they be getting shot on the highway. That's a thing. Uh Yellow Beezy was another rapper. If you don't know who Yellow Beezy is, he did that song. It's on me, baby. It's on me, baby. So you gotta forgive me because I'll be knowing the rappers and the songs, but then I don't have all the words. But I know who they are. But yeah, Yellow Beezy was also shot on the highway as well. But he survived, thank God. But Mo 3, yeah, Mo 3 was a rapper killed not too long ago, shot on the highway. So I mean, you got drugs, you got violence, you got all of these things, all of these hazards of the job. And why? You know, it's a big question. I mean, I made a tough show for myself. I knew I didn't have the answer. I don't know who does. All I can say is that hip hop works differently than what it used to. It used to work being based off of just more reality based. It used to have just more meaningful lyricism, and it used to just be anchored in more uh substance. I don't know how you stop this. I don't know if you can stop this. you know um these youngsters are dying at a tragic rate, and yes, it is unstoppable. In combination with you know the music industry that they're inside of that does not care about them, that signs them to these contracts that are manipulative, that rob them of their future earnings. Um, and aside from that, them still living 1 foot in the hood they came from. And then the social media factor where they just must show so much of themselves. I believe the King Von situation is a subject to that, where King Von is um, uh, known to be appearing at this particular club in Atlanta, and he appears at this particular club, and lo and behold, they saw the post, and he was met with his adversaries at the particular club and murdered. So murdered right there in the parking lot. It's crazy. It's crazy. So I don't know what you say to that. I don't know what the cure is to that. I don't know how you fix that. I don't know what to tell you about that. I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing that we can really say that's concrete that can really fix or adjust this. So it's crazy. But stick around. We'll be back with the conclusion. Well, not the conclusion, but Tmoney and the conclusion. And we'll have a word from our sponsor. So sit tight.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole.
Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe, freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole. Cast of Amontillado, they buried me, left me for dead inside the walls that's hollow. Now follow, they didn't take into account my year, make and model. My God like design of an apostle. I rise like a phoenix, and I got you. Rob is the phenomenal, impossible, insolvable, unstoppable, prodigal, calling audible, still improbable. I got these suckers mad, flaring at the nostrils, non-volatile, but you can order from me. I serve you how you want your order to be, motherfucker. Fully optional, I'm conjugal with the beat, the greatest that you never heard or seen. Cocksucker, sharp to the T, sharper than razor blades be. With a chick on my side, sharper than Sonya Blade and Chun-Li. I hit the lotto, so what's my motto? I get the 7 digits from your mother for $1 tomorrow. Sight, this ain't no 8 Mile shit, but you can get split like coconuts in Hindu rituals. Flagrantly habitual, these niggas is criminal. I get cynical when discussing them, cause they skills is loving the feeling when I'm on stage, engaged to rock the mic. I ain't new to this shit took time, not overnight. Hella.
Yeah. That's a new joint from your boy right there. Unreleased. It's called I Like It. So, shout out to the bars. The bars stuff on there. We gotta get that clear, man. We gotta do whatever we gotta do. This song is amazing. But yeah. In conclusion of just what can be done about it. Parents, get more involved with your kids. Your kids are going platinum in their bedrooms now. I know you don't believe it. You find it unbelievable. I know that you feel like the cases are rare. But how rare are they? You can look in one city and you can come across 10, 15 teenagers that have done deals, before they were 20 years old. Look at Atlanta. Look at guys like Lil Baby. Like Lil Baby goes from doing a 2-year bid in prison from 19 years old and 21 years old, walking into Coach K and them's label. So if you believe in your child and his talents, then stand next to him and go and get as much information as you can so that you can be a tool, a powerful component of how he does business and how he responds to people in the business. That's one thing that can help this situation. The parents like walking beside their kids. You got kids like Lil Tecca. I don't know how old that kid is. If you know how old Lil Tecca is, put him in the comments. You may not know who Lil Tecca is. I know these guys because I study and research all of them. But you got kids like him. Lil Tecca had done a deal and his mama didn't even know. She didn't know nothing about it. This boy done done it. This boy done went off and done a deal with some white boys. And the deal went well for him. and his mama didn't know nothing about it. How do you not know that your child then signed a hundreds of thousands of dollar deal or $1 million deal with a company, and he in the bedroom, in the second, third bedroom in your house? What in the hell are you doing as a parent? When I was young and living with my mother, like, I couldn't even hide drugs and guns in the house. My mother was gonna come and find her way in my room on some obscure day I wasn't home. She was gonna rummage through some socks drawers and she was gonna find something. I had to hide my tools, my ill-gotten tools, outside. I had to put my stuff somewhere outside. So, today the parents are friends with their kids. Today, the kids are um the kids are they're adults in the equation. They're adults without even having to pay rent, without even having to have responsibilities, and they live the life of adults. Yeah, popping Percocets, smoking weed, drinking perp, talking shit, you know, uh fucking all the girls they can, and then coming home and in a second and third bedroom with their mom and dad. It's insane. And then they mess around and luck up and get a record deal with some company. Mom don't even know about it. It's retarded. So, for starters, more attention from the parents can help. I'll be honest, the generation of good parenting, it really dies with our generation. We're the last of the good parents. Uh, I am a millennial, but I'm one of the first millennials. So, I was born in 81. So, we were a part of the technology boom. We got to see the rise of technology. We got to see the first cell phones. We got to see, we had pagers. You know, we grew with technology. So, and then it just goes on and evolves and takes off like a rocket ship after that. But in my time, our parents were still strict, and we carried a lot of those values with us into our children, but then we began to drop the ball. So now our kids are out here, and the kids of us are youngsters. Some of them are teenagers, some of them are in their very early 20s. So those are our kids out here now. So I was born in 81. So them are the kids that was born in 1998 and shit. Now they out here and don't know they asshole from a hole in the wall. They don't know simple things, about life, basics. They think everything can be found on Instagram and it can be answered in a blog. And they apply no just real life logic. Everything is microwaved. To the comments. CWK promotion says Kid Leroy is 18. Who is Kid Leroy? Tell me about him. I've heard that name, I believe. A Dog says Max Headroom. MTV. Max Headroom. Is that the Max the Max dude? The not a cartoon, but he's like the dude with the blonde hair, slick back, and he's like an animated. He's like that dude. So Cinemax dude, but Max, whatever. Is that who you talking about? MTV. 1995, baby, here, CWK. 1985, excuse me. Sir. The 80s, baby. No joke. Be right. She said hi. NLE Chopper is 19, CWK. Is he 19? Wow. He's 19, but he'll be 20 later this month. NLE Chopper, prime example. And no, they don't fact check. But NLE Chopper, this little dude, I remember the video that he done that just kind of just blew up. If I'm not mistaken, he could have blew up maybe a video before it, possibly two before, but the one that I know of that just really just kind of was like the catalyst was the one where he's in the bedroom and he's doing push-ups and ain't got no shirt on, and it's doom 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 to the beat, kind of sorta, and then he just explodes. You know what I'm saying? After that, so Kid Leroy worked with Justin Bieber. Now he's got his fame. 18 years old though, Kid Leroy. I'm gonna have to look him up and study him. But yeah, 19, 18 years old. And these dudes are, he's from Memphis. Max Headroom. Okay, Max Headroom is from Memphis. How old is he? Put that in the comments, dog. That's crazy. Yeah, that's what the music game is, though. The music game signs you when you're at your best and you're most ignorant. So you're 19, 18 years old. You have a ton of energy. You have a ton of output that you can bring to the table. You have a ton that you can contribute of yourself. That's what you bring to the table. So, and then the music industry, those record labels in the industry gets a hold of you, and they want to capitalize off that output. They sign you to these forever contracts. NLE Choppers from Memphis. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. He says, no, I was saying NLE Choppers from Memphis. A-Dog says, wow, I didn't know he was from Memphis. Wow. I had no idea. He has like no Southern twang in his rhymes that I've listened to. I don't hear it. Maybe I'm just not hearing it. Damn, I didn't know that. Memphis is a cesspool right now for young hip hop artists. There's a girl that just got signed in Memphis. I forgot her name. I think it's Glorilla, Glorilla, Glorilla. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. She signed to Yo Gotti's label. It was a $500,000 advance and a $100,000 diamond chain. So, but yeah, Memphis is bubbling with talent. Check out Shot of Flow 2019. Okay, I will do. Is that a song or is that a rapper? Shot of Flow. A-Dog is filling me in on Memphis rap politics right here because we kind of talking about Memphis in this conversation. But yeah, NLE Chopper, 18 years old, out of Memphis, Tennessee, signed, doing millions of dollars worth of business, millions of streams, So they're living their lives out in front of the social media spotlight, in front of the cameras on their phones. So, and these fans, are a component of this equation too, because the fans, they want to encourage bad behavior. They want to encourage negative things. But then when it gets to a point where tragedy transpires, then it's like, oh no, he's dead. Oh man, he killed such and such. Rappers like what's his name? Is it Lil Tay? Tay, whatever. YMW Melly. He done shot his homeboy in the car and then accidentally shot a cop, and it's crazy. They're it's like today's hip hop artist is doing this in reverse. Like they'll go get the fame and then go back to the hood. My time frame when you had rappers like, Ice Cube, Scarface, Jay-Z, left the hood. They was working to get out of the hood, you know, and then stayed out of the hood and survived. But these dudes now, it's backwards, man. They going back to the hood. They go get the couple $100,000 advance, and they going back to the hood. Stupid shit. This makes no sense. You taking a genre that we're blessed with, that the guys before us, the KRS Ones, the Eric B and Rakims, the EPMDs, these guys took and did all that hard work in the front end, in situations with nothing. They come from absolutely nothing. They come from the hoods of some of the hoodest places in New York, in the South, in Texas, ghetto boys, and they put all that work in and show us how to be successful, all for the next generation to easily gain the success and then revert and go back to hood conditions and dwell in hood conditions for notoriety, for some kind of validity. It's the most retarded thing that you can think of. And yes, I'm going to use the word retarded for this to describe this. I know that, media abroad has made retarded a bad word. It is. So that's why I'm going to use it to describe these rappers and their decisions, these modern rappers. It's retarded. You guys are retards. You have the golden opportunity of being something great, something special, a champion of your family. You could save your family. I'm here working now to save my family. This is my whole premise. I have a family that has repeated the financial cycle of disprosperity. I have a family here that has repeated the cycle of having multiple children out of wedlock with different partners. These are traits they could be deemed typical of most Black families, but I'm here to break those cycles and to bring financial wealth and create a family bank for my family, a reservoir inside of a trust, so that my family can always have funding for their business ventures and their dreams. That's what I'm working on right now. So I'm a champion of my family. And these guys have these opportunities to be these champions and they squander them. So those are some ways where this problem can be addressed, where it can be hopefully stopped. Parents got to care more. And fans, you guys got to care more too. And you got to hold your artist accountable. Hold him accountable. And don't pressurize your artist to do goofy shit, Like you're pressurizing your artist when these guys go live and you're telling them, hey, where's your syrup? Hey, where's your Percocets? You ain't popping no perks today? Hey, you ain't on Xannies? This one rapper that I was looking at the other day, his name is Famous Dex. I seen a dude run into him in the mall. Man, Famous Dex be so high, it's not even funny. Like Famous Dex he be high and he can't talk. He be with you. Like I see he was in the video. It's not me, it was you. Like he can't talk. He has a lot of white sometimes folks will get those folks will get those white whatever in the corners of their mouth. Yeah, Famous Dex be having a lot of that shit in the sides of his mouth. Like it just be a lot. And when he opened his mouth wide, it just the white, like, yeah. And a lot of that comes because of drugs. So do your part, parents. please, because your kid could be in the bedroom and made a concoction to save the whole family, the whole ship, the whole name, and he don't know how to steer it. He don't know how to navigate it. So some people, success is not realistic in those terms, that kind of magnitude of success. But I'm telling you, like it's real. It can hit you, and you just totally not be ready for it. So it's better to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And preach that to your child. So you don't have a 17, 18-year-old kid that then just turned into a star while he's still in your house. You know what that adds up to? That shit adds up to if he's misguided, shootouts at your house. They done shot up your house. Or your kid going out in public and they done shot him up on the interstate. Or he had a club hopping out the car and they done shot him in the parking lot of the club. It's all day. King Von, Lil Reese. It's all day. Mo 3. It's all day. And if he ain't dying by the gun, he dying by the pill box. Don't be foolish to underestimate your child's talent. It's easier now to go abroad and to be a popular artist now more than ever. You distribute yourself. You make your own music. You do these things in the house. The game now has been designed for you to just skyrocket. Your grandfather record labels, they're not what they used to be. You remember all those big record labels we used to have? You probably still think they're here. No, there's 3 majors. You got Warner Brothers, you got Sony Music, and then you got Universal. You used to have Geffen, LaFace, shit, man, is Capitol Records even here? I don't think they're here. These companies have been bought by Universal, the 3 majors that I named. Those 3 big boys that consumed a lot of these record labels. So them big grandfather labels are dying. So CWK to the comments says, my parents watched me like a hawk, also gave me solid advice always when I question anything. That's fantastic. I look at CWK Promotions as an example. This is a company where a kid had a dream. He wanted to work in music, Chris Kleiss, and he ends up working in music, working with some of the greatest names in music. His parents also help him with the business. And Chris Kleiss is extremely professional, even with the risk that the Kleisses have taken, letting artists stay at their homes for hardship reasons, stuff like that. And, they have managed to be one of the most go-to companies in the Denver area and emerging West Coast and soon abroad. So, and this man's parents walked with him every step. I love his parents. Shout out to Mike Kleiss. Shout out to Mama Kleiss. Love them people. They could have let Chris run rampant. Chris could have been, popping whatever drugs and sipping whatever syrup with artists A, B, and C. Mishandling business and misappropriating this and all. But he didn't. He was a professional. Still is a professional. So those are some things that I feel, in my opinion, that can be done to help the situation of rappers dying so young. It just starts. It's one of them things that start at home. You know. So, but what do you think are some ideas that can stop this? You know, it's funny how you get these tremendous blessings of blackness, because hip hop is a black and brown entity at the foundation. Blacks and browns created hip hop. African Americans and Hispanics created hip hop. Go do your history. Go back to 1973, Sedgwick Avenue in New York City, and start there. And if you don't know and you want to contribute something to it and you don't have the foundation, sit down. Go do your research. Hip hop is a genre designed from black and brown struggle, and it is now the most profitable genre of all genres. You can't even get through a a setting of commercials without seeing a handful of them being themed with hip hop music. Your Tide commercials, your your coffee commercials, hip hop music in the background. You can't get away from it. You can't run. So, but what do you think? What are some ideas you have that can stop this violent and vicious cycle? Is it too late? Make sure you leave that in the comment box. Straight up. All right. One word from our sponsor, and we will be back, you guys, with a tribute to the late, great Tmoney. Stick around. Rappers, producers, hip hop entertainers, hit up CWK Promotions for any of your management needs. Promotions, booking, studio sessions, feature help, models for your music videos, and much more. Hit up Chris Kleiss with CWK Promotions. Booking from 15 to 30% cheaper. Models, $50 to $500 for your videos. Promotions of any kind. Studio sessions ranging from $35 to $175. And features from $10,000 to $250K. Hit up CWK Promotions now. CWK Promotions right there that I was just telling you guys about. See all those legends that man has worked with? And if you take a look, if you go back to that commercial after this broadcast and you rewind and you see the picture he took with 50 Cent, you'll see both parents in that picture. Like his parents really did walk that path of success with him. No, sir, A-Dog, it is never too late. It's never too late. Yes. Yeah, man. So, yeah, you guys, thank you for tuning in once again. I appreciate you guys. I've been saving this best piece for last. We did not get the opportunity to do this young man justice on the last show. We had a lot of technical difficulties. We had a lot of issues with sound. We had a lot of issues with video. Blah, 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 blah. But all that's over. All right. And now we're going to give a hefty tribute to the late, great Tmoney. Tmoney is the son of Adrian and Denise Williams of Memphis, Tennessee. Tmoney was tragically murdered on the 24th. Shot his last video, of which we are going to watch here in a moment, on the 23rd. This video was big to him because it would be his first professionally done video. I watched some videos of Tmoney. I sat back by myself and just kind of peeled through the catalog. Adrian sent it over to me, and I got to watching some stuff, and I seen a lot of stuff was done on the fly and done with cell phones. And so he was very excited about this video as it was shot by a professional, and they did a wonderful job. All the guys in the video, Lil Haitian, man, they did a wonderful job. Shout out to all them dudes. Big African. I think the other dude is OMB. Yeah, man, they just did a wonderful job. Wonderful job. So, um, Money. Sorry about that. Tmoney was um murdered in a situation that dealt with um an indifference with a female. It was unbeknownst to him, he was at a female's house and he had no idea that he was, getting ready to meet his demise. Um, Guy ran in the house and um, found Tmoney in the house, shot him. I'm not sure. It's unclear to me how many times in the house, and then threw him off of a out of a 3-story window. Uh, Tmoney landed outside, breaking one or both of his legs. He could not get away. The gentleman made it back outside and proceeded to shoot Tmoney multiple times while he was on the ground and not able to defend himself or even walk. Um, this was a situation that had nothing to do with drugs. This was a situation that was all over a female. Uh, OMB stands for Only My Brothers, Only Money Business. Adrian telling me what OMB stands for. I thought that was a person. I think that's a organization of sorts. So, uh, but yeah, man. Yeah, shout out to all those guys. Um, they did a great video. And shout out to Tmoney especially. I never got to meet Tmoney. I know his mom. She's a sweetheart. Tmoney's dad, Adrian, is my brother. That's my cousin right there. So and y'all did a good job raising him, Adrian, as I flipped through and looked at them videos and just seen more about his character. So I want to make sure that you guys really know who Tmoney is, and we're gonna make sure that we do some great justice this time for Tmoney. You know, so shout out to Tmoney. Uh, OMB is their group, so OMB is the group, and OMB consists of Big African, Lil Haitian, and Tmoney. If there's anybody else in that equation I'm leaving out, please make sure you correct me under there, Adrian, or anybody else in the broadcast that knows. Um, but without further ado, I would like to play for you uh, their song, which is a wonderful song. And in fact, it kind of speaks. Tmoney's verse kind of speaks to um, him in a lot of ways saying goodbye. Um, it's crazy. It's crazy how this verse plays out. So, but you guys, I'd like to play this for you. This is Big African, Tmoney, Double Back Splat, OMB. And this song is called Problems.
Yes, I am sexy, I'm divine, I'm unbeatable, creative. Police say the suspect was known and fled the scene. Family members identified the victim as Timothy Pinkins. A loved one of Pinkins described him as a hard worker and loving son and father. She went on to say that he was one of the most kind, friendly, and funny people to be around. She added that he just shot his first music video on Saturday, and it was something he'd been saving up for.
Want it bad blood, but all I ever wanted was peace. How I'm feeling deep inside, she want me dead up in the street, but I'm the one that you gon' call when she gets up off in the street. Mama, I'm sorry for everything. I know whether or not you can't get sleep, too busy worrying about your son and how I'm living in the street. But mom, straight, swear to God I got it. I'ma make a way, just tell my kids that I love them, man, and I'ma be okay. But mom, straight, swear to God I got it. I'ma make a way, just tell my kids that I love them, man, and I'ma be okay. See, I've been chillin', stacking cake lately. I'm trying to maintain my own nigga. Got locked in the ceiling for that I got. See, I was just up in your shoe. We lay down, they do the same. Don't do 100 behind my gun. Well, hoping you do the same. Sometimes I try to look, but I just can't the hoe for the gang. Gon' fuck on you and fuck your bro. Go around just like a train. Remember that when I was broke with Bobby scraping the chain. Now everywhere I go, the love me, they screaming my name. The back, big guy got shit out the way. We think through me, trying to get us some money. Switch lanes on knock house, we hit the gas. Block it, they just try to get cash. Inside to the lake, then I'm on the boat. I talk cat, they just let her get those. Hit the gas, push me, we on for show. Hit the bitch, got normal rap for show. For all the pain and the problem that I brought, say I was just stuck in the street trying to make it up out the rain. Went from saying, watch and pretend to kick and Dado hit him style. In the scat notice or two, though, just me and T switch 2 lines. I'm sorry, mama.
Man, great video. These dudes, man, I guess because the video couldn't.
Grammarly adds confidence. So
I'm sorry about that. We apologize for the missing sound. I hit a button in the middle of there and kind of bleeped us out a little bit. But I guess that they were getting ready to release the video, and he ends up passing before the video release, so they end up taking the news segment and putting it at the beginning of the video. First time I've ever seen that. First time I've ever seen a debut video where they managed to put the rapper's news reporting of his murder before as the intro of the video. I'm gonna play it again real quick, just that portion, so you can pay attention and see exactly what I'm talking about.
Police say the suspect was known and fled the scene. Family members identified the victim as Timothy Pinkins. A loved one of Pinkins described him as a hard worker and loving son and father. She went on to say that he was one of the most kind, friendly, and funny people to be around. She added that he just shot his first music video on Saturday, and it was something he'd been saving up for.
Crazy. Tell my mom, I swear to God, I got her. I'm gonna make a way. It's your last verse to your moms. Last verse that you rhymed. I swear to God, I'm gonna make a way. Man, that's just tough. God bless Tmoney. God bless the Williams family. God bless the young brother. Yeah, straight up. So, I'd like to play something else from Tmoney. I'm looking for. I see double back splat. I got another Tmoney video in here that I want to run. Please forgive me, you guys, because I didn't have my second video in queue. Boom, boom, boom. Sure, you know that is the commercial music. You know how that goes. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. All right. Can I not share with Telegram? How about sorry you guys about the delay. I'm just trying to find this other Tmoney video. This is Tmoney's homeboy, double back splat. Tmoney, we about to talk to.
Let this sweet mineral melt in your mouth to rebuild your.
How about we don't? This sweet mineral melt in your mouth. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. So, let's see. Caught my op. CAUGHT. My OPP. I was hoping I could type in the song title and run into Tmoney. Caught my op. Tmoney 762. There it is. Tmoney. Sorry about that, you guys. I made this a little harder than usual. Tmoney 762. Tmoney 762. All right. And looks like we got Tmoney right here. OMB right there. Almighty feel no sleep. Matter of fact, this is where we going right here. Is that Tmoney? Nah, that ain't Tmoney. OMB Tmoney 762s. 762. Big African FINT. No sleep. Okay, they still didn't bring up his but here are his guys. But I'm trying to find Tmoney. I got him on my phone, but for some reason I'm not able to bounce his video over to the cast. So please forgive me, you guys, for that. That was something I did. Oh yeah, there I can. Yep. Here we go. Ba-doom. Zip zip. Okay. Tmoney. Caught my eye. Yeah.
Steps. Come on, I've been trapping niggas. He was on the fix and shit. Pulled out on them with the 223s and made them ricochet. Just made them ricochet. Pulled out on them with the 223s.
Let me know if you got any problems hearing or seeing that audio.
Put out on them with them 223s and made them ricochet. All that dissing on the internet, you got you whacked and shit. All that bluffing that you did, bitch, that got your man. You know days I thought if I up the chopper, I'ma spray and I'ma spray a lot. Get a nigga gone, hit him up. Ain't me at the top, never flop. I been with the gang and we scream fuck her up. Use a cop, nigga, you be snitching. We know you won't watch, you won't watch. I sang with some killers, they gon' shake the spot. Made him disappear, and all I did was get low, got the drop. KCG and OMB, we told Dracos in the block. No hospitals, we be quick to put a nigga in the crop, in the crop, in the crop, in the crop. Last nigga play with the play, got put up on that put up on that put up on that put a nigga in the crop. Last nigga play with the play, got put up on that put up on that. I'm up in traffic licking, he was on the fixing shit. Pulled out on him with them 223s and made him Ricky shit, Ricky shit. Just made them Ricky shit. Pulled out on them with them 223s, threes.
Sorry about that, you guys. I know that we hit another dead spot with music. You got to forgive me, man. I am also engineering the show as well. And apparently I cannot even hit mute on my mic. So when I'm moving around or I'm
six-time Emmy-nominated show returns.
Like,
I'm just getting started,
like stuff like that. Sorry about that. I'm getting the hang of having an engineer. But I was actually trying to make myself a drink and yeah. But yeah, A-Dog, he telling his mom to tell his kids he gonna be okay. Crazy. Brian, yeah. A-Dog, sound gone. I know, I'm sorry, man. I was trying to figure that out, but now I completely understand what I can and cannot do with or without sound. Now I completely understand it. Yeah, shout out to the young brother right there, man. Tmoney. You will be missed. He was telling his mother goodbye in the song. It's just crazy. Just crazy. You know, I don't know what to say. Good young brother, you know, young brother right here didn't have, you know, a lot of the baggage that brothers carry being in the street, you know, but just wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong female. Also, I want to hit this point home. This point came from my aunt, my auntie out of Memphis. Shout out to her. It's my aunt Daphne. She told me, she said, "Bar baby." That's what they call me in Memphis. She said, "Bar baby." She said, "I know you not with your girl no more." Speaking of my ex. So she said, well, when you out here dating and you going and you rendezvousing with these girls, she said, don't go to their house. You don't know what they have going on at their house and who's coming and going. She said, you go get yourself a hotel, baby. You go get yourself a hotel and you go to you can get a decent hotel for $50 to $60. It ain't gotta be no bad. You can get a decent hotel. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, yep, I absolutely pour one up for you, brother. I know you probably drive. You probably on the clock at work or doing something. So this is for A-Dog right here. Yes, sir. It's for Tmoney as well. Good stuff. We cannot tell you the brand of which we consume, me and my co-host here. That is so that we can leave vacancy for alcohol sponsors. So if you alcohol sponsors are interested in speaking with us here at CrossFaded to promote and endorse your brand, if we like your brand and if it is a brand that we can consume with a frequency, we definitely would be obliged to have a conversation with you. But until then, the brand will remain nameless, but just know it's a top shelf. So shout out CWK says cheers. A Dog, pour one up for me, bro. Absolutely. Um, Melissa Thomas, a drink of some spirits. Yes. Uh, Omega, I'll have to call you when you're done here. Okay, give me a little bit, Chris, because when I'm done, I do a lot of wrap up stuff with my team and everything. And I got one team member here, and then I got a couple more I'm corresponding with virtually. So we always have to go over some stuff and wrap up some stuff after the show is over, and then I'm able to call folks back and holler at them. Um, A Dog, cheers, absolutely. So yeah, man, shout out to the late great Tmoney. His service is this Thursday and Friday in Memphis, Tennessee. I was slating myself to make it there. I am not sure if I'm going to make it 100%. Adrian, if I don't, you can expect to have something there from me that I will be sending in my absence, but it is not 100% certain if I will not be coming or not. As of now, it still is on the table, but I will definitely let you know for sure. Um, excuse me. Um, and yes, um, yes. Can I bring my man back one more time? Yeah, man. See money. Absolutely. Yep. Yes, sir. Real quick. Rocky Ford, Colorado, had a kid signed by the Yankees. We're gonna have to throw that past Jerome. We're gonna have to let Jerome know about that. Absolutely. So yeah, y'all. Tmoney, a part of um the young unfortunate artist gone too soon. So shout outs to Tmoney. God bless him. God bless the Williams family. B Wright says, "Hey, I can't drink. Uh, I can't drink you, A Dog, and Lissa pour up for me." Absolutely. Yep, absolutely pouring up. And I don't know if uh Lissa is drinking. Lissa is one of the team members here with um CrossFaded. She's actually not on location, but she's probably drinking somewhere, wherever location she is located at, and hopefully the other team members are having a sip too in the name of Tmoney. Uh, yeah, as we all kind of are, um, just saddened about it. We talked about it. When was that show? Saturday? We had it Friday. I don't know, but after just really getting some time with the situation and then understanding its gravity, and then seeing, I even got to see like the apartment that it happened at, and man, it's just ridiculous. That dude, I'm so glad he turned himself in. Whatever your name is, nigga, that was the smartest thing that you done in your lifetime. Because uh, what was pending for you out here abroad, um, yeah, it was definitely life ending for him. As there were components that were out of the control of the parents of the Williams family. Tmoney was very loved, and Tmoney was respected. And in Memphis, Tennessee, the streets can be lawless. They always have been in Memphis. So you think your town's tough? It's a lot of tough towns. Memphis is tough as nails. So, matter of fact, they got a figure from Memphis that made it on one of the big crime shows. I can't think of the name of the crime show. He's a brother, and that brother made it on. It was one of the big crime shows. That brother was killing. He was killing man, killing folks left and right. There was a big drug organization, and that brother was killing folks hand over fist. So yeah, Memphis has they've really had the history in just entrenched in a lot of death and violence when it comes to rap and just the black community. It's so much. Memphis has so much history. It's crazy. It's like I got some studying to do just to gain more of that history. But yeah, man. CWK says love to y'all, and God bless y'all endlessly and continuously. Shout out to CWK. Love you to death. Absolutely. I was trying to do that before he left. He was talking about Jerome. A-Dog, hey, bro, I most definitely understand. You know that. Absolutely. Yeah, it's just crazy, A-Dog. Like, yeah. He could be talking to Brian on that comment, though, because Brian's like, hey, I can't drink, but yeah, man, Tmoney, shout out to the great Tmoney once again. So, tell you what, we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back after this unreleased song from Omega. Stick around.
That's all I know. Rich and black helped me lace my boots from the go. Matter of fact, let's take it back to 2004. Slinging packs of pissy crack out Buick doors. I was a hustler, I take 2 zips and make them fall. Forward stab, that was the track, if you must know. I had a sting that made it on cops. In the trailer, pointing the dope out, telling the ops. It was crazy, like any moment your shit could get knocked. Tuesday and Thursday, for real, they circled the block. Came out the door one day, somebody dead on the spot. Stretched out in the street, neighbors standing staring in awe. My first time seeing a dead body, and best believe it was over drugs and money probably. And the block went on, I think it even banged a little harder that day. Goes to show sorrow sells and crime pays around my way. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish jewels, screaming fuck you haters. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish jewels, screaming fuck you haters. I'm constantly counting currency, contemplating on conquering the victory. Could it be that I have met defeat, still out on the same block, serving the same goods? Daily mission is cop, feed it back to the hood. Shit, it's gotta be another way about it. It's either keep flipping these bricks or spitting that hot shit. Born an R&B crooner, but who would've known I'd flip it to rap sooner? The streets was calling, my time's limited for bitches and niggas on bullshit. I'm surrounding myself with niggas that bullshit, with full clips and hammers with rubber grips, hollow tips that explode as soon as they meet the surface. An old man told me once that what I do is worthless. I didn't feel him then, but I feel him now. So as I sit back and figure out another way to come up out this wild predicament while counting on my Benjamins, nigga. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. paper. Gotta get the paper. Every day I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, 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 paper.
Yeah. That's your boy Omega right there. Paper. That's a new joint. So unreleased at this moment, but I'll let you know when a lot of this paper collaboration from another Memphis artist. His name is Black. Sean Hodges, but we call him Black. Shout out to Black. But yeah, man. Um, so paper, gotta get paper. Yeah, man. And don't forget earlier today, our donkey. Sorry, I didn't. Just our big dummy of the day. Don't forget about that police officer in Cincinnati. I just want to bring that back up before we go. She was a big dummy.
You big dummy.
And hopefully they end up firing her altogether. If you did not catch that earlier, uh, when I leave the segment, it'll be recorded feed, and you'll be able to go back and see her outburst and her racist rant. Her being upset and saying how she hates niggers because she's seen some black kids flicking her off at a high school. They were children, and she completely lost her cool. But she's exactly why uh, black uh, citizens get shot and killed by police officers. She's exactly the reason, and the makeup, the characteristic demographics of police that are racist, that kill people of color every day. So give the Cincinnati Police Department a call. I know that I will. Excuse me. I will be doing that today or tomorrow so that they can get this big dummy from behind the badge altogether.
You big dummy. You big dummy.
Get her out of here altogether. That would be best. Get her out of here. Because her working behind the desk, no. You hear the people. You hear the people back there. Like when I said she got demoted to working behind a desk. Yeah, dude. The people don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear about her working behind a desk. So get her out of here. So yeah, big dummy, big dumbass, racist police officer. Um, get her out of the equation before she hurts someone that doesn't deserve it. So go back and you can see that rant after we hop off, and you'll be able to view it for yourself. So we're gonna go to comments before we go. Um, Now, cuz that comment was for you. Yep, G Train. G Train is the gangster from Memphis, the brother who was like a mob. He was a mob figure and was killing brothers left and right. It was crazy. Yeah, Gangland. Yep, be right. Gangland in Memphis, Tennessee. Or Gangland is the TV show. Memphis is wild, man. Our correspondent, one of my favorite people, Corey Rosler. That's all right, brother. You didn't miss it. You still tuned in. Says, wow, Corey. Never heard you say this. He says, first murder I ever witnessed was in Memphis. Wow. I didn't know that. I didn't quite frankly know that you had even had the disadvantage, or I don't know what you would call that, the unfortunate circumstances of seeing a murder. But his first one was in Memphis. Wow. What does that say? And Corey is not from Memphis. He is from Indianapolis. But however, his first was seen in Memphis. Cheryl Thomas says, sorry, firstborn. Yeah, that's crazy, Mom. That's crazy. Adrian Williams, let's go. CWK. We've been talking about paper. Corey Roster, damn, that's nice. Where can I buy that track? It's not out yet. It's coming soon. That's that paper. I love that paper too, but it's unreleased. We be running unreleased stuff on here sometimes. So, but it ain't released yet. But yeah, you'll have it before everybody else get it. Yeah, it's definitely a great song. It's made for your trunk. So if you got some trunk works, yeah, that paper is gonna bang. Uh, oh yeah, if I never said, our Crossfaded theme song was made by the late great Psych Pacino. I do not have a picture of Psych Pacino right now, but Psych Pacino was an artist that I toured with. God bless him. He's a great brother. Shout out to Psych Pacino. He ended up passing away due to some health complications. Um, but yeah, our Crossfaded theme song was made by Psych Pacino. God bless and shout out to Psych Pacino. Uh, dude, I can see that as the intro to some kind of movie series. Paper, yeah, really? That's what's up. I seen that. That's A Dog there. And CWK, did you know rapper Twisted Insane was on Gangland? I did not. I did not. I'm gonna have to. I know the Gangland series, so I'm gonna have to go back now. I've seen quite a few. But I wonder if he was Twisted Insane on the series. Let me know that, CWK. Um, Mom, Cheryl Thomas, all your music is great. Thank you, Mom. Moms are the greatest fans. If your mom is not your fan, I'm so sorry for you. I really am. I remember that. What you remember, Be Right, Twisted Insane, being on Gangland. If y'all know the episode, put the episode in the comments. Put the episode number, because I'm gonna pull up Gangland later tonight when I settle down. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, G Train. G Train is a Memphis entity that was on Gangland. This stuff has been going on in Memphis for a long, long time, and still is to this day. Yep, desecrating young Dolph's mural. 100 rounds they threw at young Dolph, and he still kept pushing. Um, God bless him. I liked Dolph a lot. He was one of my favorites. Yeah. So, but once again, man, final thoughts. Shout out to Tmoney. Much love to that young brother, Tmoney. If your dad and your mom don't mind, I would like to carry that song on my show. It would be a song that I play in some of our breaks, and a song that's background music during some parts of our show. So if I could carry that, I would love to, with the permission of your mom and your dad. God bless you, brother. Adrian, let me know if that's okay. And I'd like to carry that song with me. I like that song a lot. And the more I listen to it, the more um, just I grow, with the song. So, yeah, man. Yep. So, final thoughts. Um, in a time where the business of music is at a high level of frequency, musicians are spawning from um, bedrooms, spawning from social media platforms, new platforms like TikTok, launching artists into stardom. Your song can go platinum with only a 30 to 60-second reel. In a time where the internet is as lawless as ever, and the end result, or the the conclusion or the punishment, is often a short banning of participation on some chosen internet websites or platforms. Less than a slap on the wrist. More family support and support abroad is needed. It's becoming a life or death situation for a young artist today. And we're speaking of hip hop artists. You see, R&B artists are not dying left and right by gun violence and drug usage. Rock and roll artists are not dying by those vices. Country artists are not. Emo and pop artists are not succumbing to those fates. But the rapper, yes, the rapper who carries with him the short 40-year history of hip hop is dying in his own neighborhood. Or he's being indicted by people who were friends. This is a time where somehow, some way, us young parents, my generation and the generation underneath me that are parents, we're going to have to dig deep. We're going to have to approach things differently. We're going to have to appeal to our kids in a fashion where we have their attention and our grasp. What's the method? I don't know. It's up to you. One thing that I can say is if you pray, if you're a praying person, and you do the work, and if you're not a praying person, just sit and think and search your soul for those who don't utilize prayer as a tool, or for those who aren't Christians or Baptists or a religion of God or a God, whichever you choose. If you're not any of those, then just do some mirror work, do some reflection on yourself and how you can improve the safety of your child's life, especially if you have a child that wants to take up the reins of music. Music has now become something that is as common of a request for a profession as it used to be for being a doctor or an attorney. Music is in the top 5 of what a kid wants to be. So now that you have that knowledge, now that you know that, parents, it's more important for you to do your job now than ever. It's more important for you to appeal to your child and for you to guide your child and for them to not discover these things by themselves. It's up to you. So many hazards. Look at TK. One minute he's on the internet and he's stacking. That's a gang hand, a collage of gang hand insignias. Next thing you know, his life is gone. Fans online thinking TK is going to get out. He's gone for murder, you guys. He's not coming back. He's gone. YMW Melly. Oh, yeah, he's going to get out. You know, guys, he murdered his friends in the car. And while he was in a shooting rage, he shot a cop on accident. He's gone. This is not Call of Duty where you can get shot and get back up again in the next few minutes and respawn yourself and get right back to combat. This is the keeps. These young men are gone to come back no more, whether they go to the grave or whether they go to the deepest and darkest cell of whatever incarcerated structure or whatever, as they call in the South, penny farm. So, ladies and gentlemen, we don't have the answers to black on black. I hate that term. We don't have the answers to black murder in music by way of drugs and gun violence. But we can find them if we want to. Start by being better leaders. And the leading starts at home. So, what do you want to do? You want to wait till a policeman knocks on your door after hours of wondering where your child was at, why he didn't get back home, why he didn't call you, you didn't hear from him. Last time you did was 2, 3 o'clock that afternoon. What do you want to do? It's up to you. Me, I'm going to keep on giving it to the masses until the masses are in the hundreds of thousands or more. If I can spark one individual, I can spark many. That's the name of the game for me. As a parent, without platforms, it doesn't matter. You're a parent. Your platform is in your home. Your platform is at the dinner table. What you gonna do? You gonna wait till you set in funeral services? Okay. The choice is yours. Final thought. Yo, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. Omega, none rhymes greater. Soon you'll see, if you haven't listened, you should know that by now. Omega does it, but you'll see. Better than I can tell you.
CrossFaded, CrossFaded,
All right. So then, God bless. Thanks for watching.
CrossFaded,
Now,
CrossFaded, bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating, they bad for how they played it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. CrossFaded, this is a special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Adulay and Mason. CrossFaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be CrossFaded, 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 CrossFaded. Well, you ready? Let's start the show.